Hey, what's going? What is it? Welcome in. Kansas City, Missouri. Hey, Krishna. Welcome in. Good weekend, y'all. You guys are having an awesome start to the weekend. New Mexico, okay, nice. Welcome in, bud. Glad to have you here. A beautiful night tonight. You can see with the camera on the bottom, all the stars out there and clear. Super awesome. Hey, Jesse. Trying to get everything fully set up here inside the observatory. It looks like we got a decent view still. Is it kind of green on your guys' side? Looks a bit green on my side. An alien Saturn. I see a moonless blue sky full of stars at night. Not a blue sky per se. I mean, obviously moonless, but not a blue sky. I'm in a dark area. That's really dark here. Exactly what we're looking for. I'm curious. I just run across this and had to stop and ask. Saturn. Right now we're hanging out Saturn. Here later we're going to look at Neptune. From there we're going to probably look at the moon. Think about it. No, it's a live view. Beautiful live view tonight. Obviously, if it was a photo, it wouldn't be doing all the motions doing. This is our atmosphere. What our atmosphere does. The aliens live on Saturn. It'd be really tough. Saturn's mostly hydrogen, helium. It's not a terrestrial type planet like what we're used to here. The closest four planets being terrestrial planets or hard surface planets. Where Saturn's just a massive gas planet. So try to walk on it. You're just going to go inwards. Not sure how well we can see its moons. You can see some moons, of course, but if I can get some of the moon. You can see Titan right there. See how erratic the atmosphere is tonight? See how it's just like, looks like it's boiling. That's just all that turbulence in the sky tonight. Winter, usually we get a really nice view. The skies tend to calm down quite a bit. I appreciate it. Oh, much appreciate that, bud. Hopefully you guys can see Titan there. Titan's the second largest moon in our solar system. Really beautiful one. Hey, what's up, Brad? How you doing, brother? You doing, man? You ready for the weekend? There's a star really close to Saturn as well. Let's see if I can pull that star, and you can see it right here on the bottom. Fairly bright star, actually. Yeah, it really is. I mean, it's really a beautiful view. It really is a beautiful view tonight. To get the best view, obviously, I got to take out some brightness. Like on my side, I can see it pretty well. I'm not sure if it's going to come through on your guys' side, though. Maybe a little too dark. Start to make out more of the striations. It's a really beautiful view tonight, though. Are you going to get a promotion at work, dude? I hope so. What is that? What is? Yeah, the telescope's on the bottom here. I can go out and tap it. You can see it shake everything as I tap it and whatnot. What do you think about the meteorite that's coming? So, comment if you're talking about 3I, which was discovered by the Atlas telescopes. That's a comet. It has all the signatures of a comet. Interstellar comet, though. Well, thanks, Stephen. I appreciate that. Yeah, no problem, Randy. Yeah, if you guys want to see, I can go out there and tap the telescope. I'm inside of Observatory. The Observatory is a a roll-off roofs type observatory, so the roof opens up for us whenever we want to point the telescope out, of course. I'm sitting inside a control room where it's a little bit not as mosquito infested, obviously, with a little bit of climate control as well. Yeah, we're hanging out Saturn tonight. Haven't seen a vertical stream like this. Very nice. I appreciate that. I actually started out vertical streaming on another platform, so I'm super excited to be over on this platform. To be honest, I am enjoying my time over here on YouTube. Thanks, Knock. Appreciate that. Keep zooming. This is pretty much the zoom that this camera has. So there's differences. Your zoom comes from either the eyepiece or your camera that you put into the telescope. That's where you get the zoom or the power, the magnification. Oh, Georgie, he's simple mind. I saw that, but the rings were clear through my 8-inch. Yeah, this is 11-inch. It's just we have obviously when you stream it through internet, you lose some stuff, but it's actually a really beautiful view. We just got a little bit of turbulence, so looking in the eyepiece is so much different than what we can actually capture through the internet, obviously. It's crazy to look into an eyepiece of a telescope. Do you think that those rings around Saturn will form another moon? They do. They actually create new moonlets. We see several different moonlets inside the rings. That's really cool, BHR. Oh, thanks, Avro. Appreciate that. No eyepiece. I'm using a dedicated camera on the back of the telescope, which gets fed into the computer, which then gets sent out to Streamlabs to YouTube. No, this is a planet, not a star. Far from a star. Very far from a star. That's fake. Cool story. Oh, no problem. Ari, yeah, absolutely. Thanks. I appreciate the kind words. Yeah, this is just a beautiful view, honestly. For what it is, coming through the internet and everything, it's really cool to see. Really a cool view. Hi Chandler, how you doing? Do you guys feel the Earth is flat? I mean, locally you feel like the Earth's flat, right? But then you get that big scale view. You're not using the little perspective that we get as being little tiny people on a massive planet. Then you realize it's not flat. This telescope C11, it's 11-inch mid-cat screen. This person said, this is a star. Who's saying the planet's a big lie? Okay, cool story. It's horrible to see people actually fail preschool. But you did it, man. You did it. Thoughts on 3i Atlas, so it's a comet. All the signatures tend to lead towards it's a comet. Price on this telescope? Ooh. I can't tell you. You'd have to look up the Celestron 11-inch telescope. They're pretty expensive, though. Yeah, it's really awesome to see Saturn for real. Saturn, really cool to see Saturn. Oh, okay, I got you from Cuba. In Brazil. I appreciate that, honestly, thank you. Yeah, 100%. Who really cares what the shape of the Earth is? No one really cares, right? Doesn't mean anything, whatever shape. I think feelings are great, beliefs are great, but I think there's certain places to be for real. This real, hey, welcome in. Yeah, you're looking through the telescope that we see here on the bottom. If you want, I can go out and tap it and you'll see it shake. You're from Texas, all right. Love the Texas area. I'm up in Kansas City. Up in beautiful Kansas City. First time ever to get to see the rings around it. Oh, it's super cool, ain't it? If you ever get a chance to go to like a local observatory, even look into a astronomy club around your city, then that'd be something cool to do, to be honest. Get to go out there and use a telescope or get to use someone's telescope and just look out. Why does it appear white? It's just how the camera's picking it up right now. Oh, this is Saturn. Oh, you're in the... Okay, I got you. Really close to me, yep. Yeah, it's kind of coming yellow. It's just how it's being fed through the internet. Like, on my side, though, I see white. I'm seeing white and super bright on my side. Cool, only taught you about 12 planets. What? 12 planets? Man, we don't even have 12 planets. We had 8 planets. What do you think of the Egyptians aligning the pyramids to the stars? They really don't align it to anything, to be honest. Watching from Ghana. Hey, welcome in. Glad to have you. Yellow plus white. Yeah, it's just how it's getting fed through. On my side, it's white. I got no clue. That's an alien. Nice. Have you ever seen anything weird like a UFO? I have not. I have not. Can I view this from my $80 telescope? It's pretty tough. Obviously, you can see Saturn. Saturn we can see with the naked eye. It's the most distant planet that we can see with just our naked eye. You'll see it. Will you get to get this type of magnitude? Probably not, though. Say space is fake. Ah, that's horrible. Do you use night vision? I do not. I have night vision. I never use it, though. You can see the moon on this side, unfortunately. Oh, gotcha. Never looked through a telescope in my life. We are now. How cool is that? Get the chance to do it right here. We're going to do some fun stuff. Right now we're hanging out Saturn. Here in a bit we're going to check out Neptune. Neptune's going to be kind of a blue ball up there. It's pretty crazy to see. Is that the sun? Oh my goodness. Can a telescope see the rings of Uranus? Nope, not from here on Earth. We cannot see them from here. Would be beautiful though. I really do like the rings around Uranus. What up, Goat? How you doing, bud? How's it going? Good evening to you. There's flat, not even close. Not even close. It is the flattest planet we talk about from the South Pole to the North Pole compared to going like in our view here, obviously west to east, right? It is the flattest planet in our solar system though. But it's definitely not flat. Right now we're also at edge on, so we're kind of looking at the rings on the edge. It's super thin. The rings obviously are massive wide, but they're super thin, and we're looking at them edge on. Real it is, yeah, welcome in. You live near Flagstaff. Oh my goodness, you get to go to the Observatory? I got a really good friend that works there. No way, yeah, I got a really good friend that works there. How much zoom with this telescope right now? Probably about 400 to 450. You're living in GTA 6? Well, it never came out, so you don't exist. Nice green screen, cool story. Why the rings won't hit Saturn? Because it's there's two different things going on. Obviously, the gravity's kind of pulling it in, but it has elliptical force as it's rotating around Saturn. And a really cool thing about the rings around Saturn is that each ring band, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, they're all actually rotating at different speeds. The video screenshot of his desktop, guys, really cool. I can go out there and tap the telescope, and it'll move around for us. Ever see any stuff flying by? Satellites, airplanes, stuff like that. Can I show you Titan? We can get a little bit of brightness. See if we can. It'll be on the left side. Try to get enough brightness over there. Not getting too wild here, obviously. There you go. Hopefully you can see it there. You like the moon? I do too. I really enjoy the moon. You want to see it? Okay, yeah. Let me go out there and tap it real quick. Alright, now we just got to watch something wiggle the whole time. How do you track the Saturn, the planet Saturn? So I use a EQ6R Pro mount. It's a mount that's computerized that takes in like the RA, or the right extension, and it tracks these type of objects to the sky. Doesn't prove it's not his phone recording his desktop. I mean, it's coming off of my desktop because that's how the camera connects to me. But whatever. It looks like a yellow paper cutout. Cool story. You ever seen any UFOs? I do not. Can you see the sun right now? No, it's nighttime for me already. Always cloudy and rainy here in Florida. Oh man, it's tough. That's super tough. Can you see Jupiter? Not above the horizon yet. See the moon, Saturn? Ain't that crazy cool? Saturn has 274 moons. Ain't that wild? Ain't that really wild? Would an EQ mount work on a flat Earth? No, it would not. It's a sticker on his ceiling. He's not recording using a phone. Okay, I mean, you just see the telescope and you see the stars behind it, but cool story. Whatever, dude. See any of them three eyes? I have not. What time is it where I am? It's 11:08 p.m. Currently 11:08 p.m. Are we alone? As far as science goes, we don't have evidence to say yes, life exists outside of Earth yet. Can we see Pluto? Ooh, it'd be really tough right now. It's probably getting right behind. Let me do the owl sky camera. Let me see how far it'd be. Let me throw that on here real quick. So this is the camera right above the observatory. Let's see if I can actually update it. That's an old image. See if we can get one from now. That's still old. Let me see if I can update that. Make sure it's updating actually. Oh, it ain't even running. Let me fix that then. Then we can see kind of what's above us here at the observatory. If you ever wonder, you can actually see these on skieslive.com, which shows live views from here at the observatory. Then these files could not be found. Well, looks like I'm going to have to fix that a little later. We'll get that a little later. The universe is so interesting. So true. Can you tell me about Saturn's orbit? What exactly about Saturn's orbit? Can you get a great view of the Milky Way? With the all-sky camera, it does a really good job. Right now, let's see if I can actually get to run again. It gave me an issue just a second ago, but it looks like it's running. We'll see when the new image comes through. I'll pop up the, there it is. Should come up right now. Yeah, there we go. So here's the latest image. It'll continue to update, and then eventually it gets itself figured out how much exposure it needs to have. Hey, what's up, Karen? How you doing? I see you, Karen. Good evening. Let me do this real quick. I gotta grab you on here. Forgot I haven't modded you yet. On this side. Gotcha. Saturn's your favorite planet? That's super cool. Can you get a view of Andromeda? Not with this camera. We're too zoomed in. We'll just barely see the core of Andromeda. It's super bright though, but we'd barely see it. I think Caesar, appreciate that. Is there so there's no stars from here to there? Not between Saturn and here, no. The only star that we have in our solar system is, of course, our sun, the beautiful sun, Sol. I buy my new telescope, but there's weather. Yeah, if you buy telescopes or equipment for telescopes, expect cloud tax. What is flashing red and blue about 2 flats west of the moon? I can't even see the moon yet. I really can't even see the moon yet. Can we see craters with the moon with that thing? Yes, absolutely. Where's that? It's already set. It's below the horizon for me already. Is your telescope analog or digital? The telescope is just glass and metal. The mount itself is digital. But the telescope itself is just glass and metal. Is that really Saturn? Yeah, live view. Can you more zoom to moon? What exactly do you mean? Like on the moons, it'll just look like that. It'll just get pixelated. Won't do anything different. We just got to put in like Barlows. Barlows are how you get an extra view. So like a 2 times Barlow would give us 2 times the magnification, and 3 times Barlow would give us 3 times magnification. If you stack them, 2 and 3, then you get 2 times, and then multiply that by 3. So then we'd have 6. Yeah, it's really cool to get to see the moons for sure. If you want to see the Milky Way yourself, just find a dark spot. Yeah, 100%. That is true. Definitely get out and try to find a dark spot and just get your eyes relaxed for about 30 minutes or so and look up. Really beautiful. Milky Way is amazing. I appreciate it, Caesar. Thanks so much. What's my plans for night exploring specific places? Probably going to be Saturn, Neptune, and the moon. Depends on how long we go. I may try to hit Jupiter, but it'll be like 3:30 in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning before I can even get to Jupiter. Just depends on how long we go. You're showing us Saturn from about 1 hour and 20 minutes ago. That's correct. Yeah, that's about how long it takes the light to be received here on Earth. That gets reflected off Saturn. That really Saturn? Yeah, live view. Well, I love space. It was so beautiful. It is. It truly is. Joshua Tree. Yes, Joshua Tree is such a beautiful place to go to. Absolutely is. Have you ever focused on the flickering stars that are multicolored, located in the eastern horizon? You can find them in different areas. In fact, there's one not too far from here. It's called Fomalhaut. And these are called, sorry, let me get him a drink real quick. My throat's starting to itch. But yeah, if you ever look up Fomalhaut, they're really beautiful stars. Just where the light is really even, that the spectrum is really, really even. Does Mars give a red glow? Yeah, it's reflective of red. Second, Saturn is the second largest gas giant in our solar system. That's true. It is Saturn. That's proving the Earth is round. There you go. I wish I lived somewhere I could see stars. You do not. Oh, no way. That is tough. Honestly, that's super tough. I wish everybody had the chance just to go out and look up and get to observe these type of things. Honestly, it'd be super awesome. And again, we see a few moons off to the left. It depends on how bright your screen is, but you'll see Titan. Titan's super, super bright right there compared to the other moons I should add in. The Saturn moon to the left. It is, yeah. These are some of the moons of Saturn. It's crazy to see the rings right now, though. The rings are on edge, so we're not seeing them like what in about roughly 7 years. They'll be pretty much not as flat as like completely flat to us in our view, but they'll be relatively flattened out, and it just looks gorgeous in those periods. I feel like Galileo right now. I love it. That's funny. Yeah, you can see 3 moons currently. Yeah. How much cost that telescope, boss? This one here is a C11. You'd have to look up. I don't know what they run for nowadays. What kind of camera are you using, or is this a smartphone? So this is a dedicated camera. This is a planetary camera. It's the SV305. SV305. Yeah, Saturn and its moons look phenomenal. What's up, Ray Ray? How you doing? How's your night? Did I already mod you on here or no? I don't even know if I got you yet. Apparently I'm not modding people. But I was supposed to be modding here, huh? I got you though. There we go. What direction is this in? For me right now, it's to my east-southeast. East-southeast. More sharper possible. I wish, man. The atmosphere ain't that great. Let me take out some of the brightness. We're a bit bright to be able to see details, but if you take out some of the brightness, then you can start to see a little bit more. If we can get to where I can barely see it on my side. Like right now I can start to make out a little bit, but it's a little too dark too. Let's see if I can do a little focus as well while I'm here. Of course what you guys see compared to what I see on my computer are two different things. Kind of tough. I'm not sure how to get the view to be like perfect of what I see is what you guys see. Kind of crazy how that works. Awesome. I'm doing great, Ray Ray. I'm doing good. I'm doing really good. I'm in the USA right now. I am. Yep. I don't have any Barlows in currently. Our atmosphere is a little too turbulent to add in a Barlow. No, Saturn's about 795, roughly 795 million miles away. What direction are we looking? This is going to be east-southeast. Saturn's not a moon. Saturn has a lot of moons. It has 274. Hey, TM, how's it going? Can I show you the moon? It's not up to where I can see it yet. Waiting on it. Yeah, thanks, Lons. Appreciate that. Distance from Earth. Yeah, about 795 million miles away. No, Saturn's not a moon. There's moons around Saturn, though. You want a telescope? That'd be awesome. I hope you get one. I really hope you get one. Did I say Saturn's a moon? Maybe I messed up. Oh, no, I think I was reading a comment. My bad. Someone said that Saturn was a moon. I read it out loud. Shouldn't do that, huh? How much Jupiter from Earth? It's a lot closer than Saturn. I'd have to look up exactly how far it is to date, though. I appreciate it. Thanks. What state am I in? I'm in Missouri near Kansas City. You actually see the rings? Yeah, you can. You can actually do that. You can actually see the rings even with binoculars. Decent pair of binoculars, if you get them stabilized, and you can see the rings with those as well. Super cool, huh? It's kind of coming in yellow. It ain't on my screen, but it is for you guys. Oh, you're in Topeka? Very nice. I see you. How long does it take light to get from Saturn to Earth? About an hour and 20 minutes right now. Are you looking at a telescope? We are. This is an 11-inch telescope, what you see on the bottom here. This is actually Saturn. It is. Absolutely. May, absolutely. Where's gone on a little thing near him, you said, Mars. What's that? I must have missed something. What color is it for me? On my screen, it's a little greenish tint, but mostly white on my view. Will this be visible with a $200 telescope? Not like this. This is getting, like all the equipment I'm using right now is probably pushing somewhere around $12,000. Hey, thanks, Sam. Appreciate that. Chris, welcome in. How you doing? Would this be visible? I got the on that one. Is your telescope considered high-end? Yeah, it would be considered somewhat of a high-end telescope. Going to be viewing other planets. Planets 8 day stars. What exactly do you mean? We're going to be viewing other planets tonight. We will. We'll see Neptune here soon. Not the telescope itself, but all the equipment. From the mount, I have a EQ6R Pro mount, then you got the telescope, then the cameras that get connected to it, the focal reducer, then it gets all connected to the computer systems, and then it gets pushed out here, obviously. It's weird to see even the rings from home setup. No, not at all. You can see rings really well with even like a tabletop Dobsonian. Like $100, $300 for a tabletop Dobsonian. You'll see it pretty well. Are you doing live? Are you doing stacking? I'm not right now. No, this is a live view. What kind of equipment are you using? C11 with the EQ6R Pro SV305. The truth is the moon is rusting. There's a little bit of rust on the moon. We don't see it from Earth or anything though. Does it rotate like the sun, or right to left? It goes in our rotation ourselves. That's how we see it. It comes up on the east and sets to the west. So since Venus is closer, are you able to see more clarity? This is actually a really good question. And honestly, no. Venus is very hard to observe because of its massive carbon dioxide atmosphere. It's super, super reflective and really bright. But we see phases when we look at Venus and Mercury as well. Because they are closer to the sun, we get to see phases similar to what we see on the moon. We're gonna come on the out on the 21st of September to get Saturn in opposition, right? And that's what your question is. Hey, from Sweden. Hey, welcome in. Glad to see you. How are you doing? You got a sub for me. I appreciate it, James. Thank you so much. Have you ever caught UFOs or UAPs while looking at planets? No. And here comes kind of, I guess, one of the main issues that you would have in that scenario is look at how much I'm zoomed in. Imagine how fast something would fly by. We wouldn't even see it. It'd just be like such a streak that we'd hardly see it. Sometimes you can see Saturn's ring by binoculars. You can, yeah, you get them stabilized. You definitely can. Can you catch your sunspots? We can. I was actually going to stream the sun yesterday. Maybe this weekend I'll do a little bit of solar streaming. We'll see. Got one question. What's up? What's your question? Yeah, feel free to ask. Is that actually Saturn? Yeah, live view of Saturn. Do we really have a solar flare going on right now? All the time right now. We're coming out of solar maximum, I should say. Flares occur frequently. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate it. Honestly, thank you. Partial solar eclipse next Sunday on the 21st of Virgo. Oh, nice. I got you. Did we get a look at Jupiter? Not up where I can see it yet. It's still under the horizon. I'm Stop from India. Hey, welcome in. Glad to see you. We seen right now in South Cal. Yeah. Let's see. It'd be. Oh no, it's like 9:20. Yeah, it'd be coming up in your southeast. It'd be coming up in the southeast for you. It's going to look like a bright star. Is it possible to get Uranus in view? Not right now. It's not up where I can get to it. Neptune is, though. It's really close to where we're at. What type of telescope? C11. Why do all the planets go around the sun horizontally? It's just how the plane is. That's how everything actually formed here. When we talk about the formation of the solar system, everything kind of... And they're not the exact same plane. There's a little bit of fluctuation on them. But we talk about the formation of the planets, and they're relatively close to about roughly the same plane, though. What's your opinion about Apophis? It's going to go by. It's going to do what asteroids do. Can I screenshot? Yeah, absolutely. Not my planet, not your planet, it's all of our planet. Yeah, feel free to do so. Do you have a home observatory? I do. Someone wants to know if there's any other planets that rotate besides Earth. All of them do. Some rotate backwards. We'll talk about Venus, right? So Venus rotates the opposite direction of what you would expect to see. And then, of course, Neptune. It rotates a little wild, too. Yeah. All planets do, though. Everything in the universe that we know of is rotating. We don't know of anything that doesn't rotate. Do the gas rings orbit? They do. Each one orbits at a little bit of different speed, too. How far is that away from us right now? About 795 million miles away. Why does it have rings, though? Mostly from crushed stuff like asteroids and comets. Can you always see the rings, or is it any specific time and date? We always see the rings, but we see it in different views. Like right now, we got edge on. As you can see, it's really hard to see the rings because they're super thin. Next year, we're going to see it a little bit more tilted, so we'll see quite a bit more ring. And then 7 years from now, we're going to see it not really flat, but relatively flat. And it's going to look gorgeous. You'll see a huge separation between the rings that are facing us and the rings that are on the far side of Saturn. What determines the rotation direction primarily? I mean, we can look at it based off of how things are rotating around us. So we can look up and say, okay, things are coming off the east, going off to the west, right? So we consider that east to west rotation. It is a beautiful planet, it really is. Can we see you on camera? Why would you want to see me on camera? Have you been... Oh, you mean in there? I'm sitting inside the control room right now in the observatory. I'm like hiding in the observatory. This is actually a really nice setup. I'll let you see kind of where I'm at. If I can get my camera. There we go. So this is the control room for the observatory. I get to set in here with climate control. Not a lot of mosquitoes. But kind of actually right past where the camera is here. That's where the telescope's at. Saltwater space? No. Space is not water. Is Starlink really a big issue, or are people blowing it up? I mean, if you're doing astrophotography, it can be a little bit of pain, but it's not too bad. How long would it take us to go visit? It depends. It depends on what you're trying to do. Yeah, you remember when I built this? Oh, yeah. And this is the newest edition, of course, and this is super nice to have. That's really nice to have. Have you ever tried to stack 3? I have not yet. End of October, we'll probably get to. Can we see Neptune, please? Here in a bit, we will. We definitely will. I'm trying to keep up the comments. They're going by so fast right now. Thanks, Starletta. Appreciate that. Where's this at? I'm Kansas City, Missouri. Hey, what's up, Snow? I see you. Pray for Snow in the house. How's it going? Does the color of Saturn change as our rotation changes in terms of time? No, not really. We're seeing different colors because of how it's getting pushed through TikTok. Like on my screen, I see a lot more white, and I noticed over here it looks kind of greenish. I got no clue. Even the background, that area looks green to me. You can see Neptune also. Yeah, absolutely. What's magnification? Somewhere around 400, 450. Zoom in more. It's just what our setup is. The zoom comes from different equipment like your eyepieces or camera or Barlow's. It's not that easy. The only thing we can do is digital zoom in, which is like pinching in the screen, right? It wouldn't do much more except just add less detail for the most part. Yeah, it depends on what RGB mode it's in. Well, I mean, obviously mine's RGB 16 on my computer, but then when it goes through Streamlabs desktop, I think that's where it gets messed up. I think something to do with the USB in, or the HDMI in. Thanks, appreciate that. Yeah, definitely. If you haven't subscribed yet, do so. Something's not 93 million miles away, someone just posted with capital letters because they want to feel special, and you're wrong. It's relatively 93 million miles away. It gets a little bit further, a little bit closer. Spent 12 years there, and oh, okay, it's still mainly a poople. Not really. I think Kansas City's actually a decent city. I think it's a decent city. Sun and Moon are local. Okay, one's 93 million miles away, one's 238,000 miles away. Liar, said Nord. Cool story. Are you working with the physics department? Not the physics department. My new astrophotography camera is coming on Sunday. No way, dude. That's so cool. That's super cool. I think shows appreciate it. So Venus, even though it being close is so reflective, you can't really get a good clarity. Which planet would you say you get the best clarity out of? Probably Jupiter. Honestly, I think Jupiter would get the best clarity. You're wrong, dumbass. Okay, we'll put your foot up yours. Bro, can you give some examples of your telescope? Exactly what you mean, examples. I mean, right here's an example, of course. But I don't know exactly what you mean as examples. Be up all night here in New York watching the stream and I have no complaints. I appreciate that. Glad to have you. Will 12 by 50 binoculars be enough to enjoy Saturn? Yeah, if you get it like really, really stabilized, so like the railing of your deck or even like a fence or something. Is it true Saturn has 7 rings? Actually, there's well over 100 rings, but we talk about the main bands, right? The rings main bands. What do planets get rings and some not? Depends. It depends on if things get close enough, get crushed. We had rings at one point back in before the formation of our moon. Right now Mars don't, but eventually will, because Phobos will crash into Mars, and then we'll get a little bit of rings because of debris. But all the 4 gas planets have rings. What part of the country am I in? Kansas City. Do I have a cat? What's her name? I do not have a cat. Been attaching a video camera to my big telescope for years and protecting it on the screen. We're a monitor so people can watch it live. I think I started doing this in the late 80s to the early 90s. Dude, that is crazy awesome. I love that. This is super cool. Do you know other planets have oxygen? There's some oxygen found on a few different planets. We see their signatures. Very small though. Just small amounts. Your cat is named Turbo. Guess why? Because it's fast. Is there another planet that we can see, or not as of right now? Here in a minute, we'll try to jump over to Neptune. We're really close to Neptune. We can get it more clear. I don't know. I could try to do a little bit of focus. Let me try. Let's see if I can do a better job at trying to focus telescope a little bit. I mean, it's relatively clear for what it is right now. It's just, can we get it bright enough and not too bright? That's the trick. Trying to get it bright enough, but yet not too bright. Which may be kind of hard to do. It's really green currently. Yeah, it's going to be kind of tough to do right now. Look down. You'll see the Earth. That is true. A lot of these comments make me glad. I stay home watching docuseries of space and planets. Yeah, and you don't need crayons. Absolutely. Did you hear about the new discovery on Mars? That was actually last year. But I know what you're speaking of. That was found last year. The writing just came out, of course. That's pretty cool. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, absolutely. His name is Sick Monster. Nice. I have too much heart from the roads here. Oh, okay. I got you. It's a Newtonian. And it is not. This is a Schmidt-Cassegrain. Those when I consider how far away it is. Yeah, I get that. What caused the bands? Mostly asteroids and comets that got nearby and got crushed. Do all planets have poles? If you're talking about magnetic pole, or you're just talking about a axis that we orbit on, but planets typically do have magnetic fields. You think there's life somewhere else, even just basic like single cell, something very possible. I should hit that last one. Not all planets do though, but most do. Most have poles. Because the most beautiful planet. I got that 100%. Even to see rings from home feels like a miracle. I do agree with that. Yeah, absolutely. It's kind of like focusing your microscope on 1000x to highlight structures. Yeah, 100%. That's exactly how it is. Sometimes it's kind of annoying to try to focus on the focus, because I can spend 5 minutes looking at the focus and completely forget the comets over here. I try not to, but it happens sometimes. It does happen sometimes. That's not Saturn. It has to be the sun. Ha ha ha. Just joking. Gotcha. Okay. What does it seem like energy? I mean, everything's energy, right? Have you ever argued with the cat? I have not. That's almost like trying to argue with the woman. Not a good idea. In fact, I can capture only moon, of course, in London 90% of the time. You just see clouds, yeah. I get it. Are all planets' core intact that we consider solid, or some literally just gas? We do not know. But we can talk about like Saturn. That's obviously what we're reviewing. We assume that it's going to be a metallic core. Whether it's a solid or a liquid, we don't know. We honestly don't know. We assume it's solid, but we just don't know. Why is it so light? What does that actually mean? Why is it so light? Like brightness? What is the cheapest telescope you can see something cool as a starter? I would probably say anywhere between like a $100, $300 tabletop Dobsonian. That'd be a good idea. How do you stream planets through a telescope? Do all planets have moons? Nope. Mercury and Venus we have not observed moons on. Also don't know if it's going to be solid or liquid. I mean, that's true. Sometimes it happens. Gotta open the box. What box? I'll say this, one of the best live streams I've ever watched. I appreciate you, Lisa. Honestly, I appreciate that. I'm glad to have you here, by the way. Yeah, thanks, Raz. I appreciate it. Honestly, thank you as well. How is AI affecting astrology? Well, I don't know anything about astrology, to be honest. I don't know anything about astrology. Yep, Mercury and Venus do not have moons that we know of. Absolutely, Raider. Absolutely. Do you watch the planets every night? As long as it's not cloudy, I try to go live and do stuff like this. You have a favorite planet? Mine is Saturn. Oh my goodness. Mine is Earth. Our planet, by far. But beyond that, probably Jupiter. Probably Jupiter. Is that because there's not water on them? Oh, I must have missed the question. What was the original question? What a time to be alive. I wish we had a lot less hate. I think people just need to learn to be kind. That's one thing that we're really missing out on. Am I tripping, or is it really live? It is live. We're live view. Venus has a Starbucks, though. That's too funny. That's really funny. That's really funny. So intriguing and relaxing. Can be, yeah, absolutely. What's that you research? I just don't jump into stuff like that. What is the strangest thing that you've seen? People in chat. How far is it to Saturn from here on Earth? It's roughly about 795 million miles away. You were there, Jonathan? Cool. Does it have to be 305 camera stack automatically, or do I have to manually keep the camera stable? Well, your telescope got to be stable, obviously. That's one of the biggest things, but depends on the software you use. I use SharpCap. SharpCap's what I use, which has planetary stacking options. Means how AI helps astronomy. Oh, I got you. How AI helps astronomy. Honestly, it's kind of a hit and miss right now. To be honest, it's kind of a hit and miss because you can do it with like, you can add the variables and stuff and they can go through it, but obviously we need to verify it, right? So it's more of a hit and miss, but probably trust the science first. I think it's more important. I'm new. What is that? Saturn. I thanks, Johnny. Appreciate that. What's so heavy? It's a pretty heavy telescope. This is a pretty heavy telescope. And so it's moving? Yeah, Saturn. Everything in the universe is moving. My mic's not right? What do you mean? Is it buzzing? Hey, oh, you know what? That's outside. Ah, there we go. My bad. That's the outside microphone. Have you been to the in the underground chocolate warehouse? What? Have you seen 3i Atlas? I have not with my equipment yet. There's a cricket making really loud noise. Oh, okay, that's a cricket out there. My bad, I didn't have my headset on, didn't hear it. Cicadas, it could be. How fast is that moving? What do you exactly mean by how fast is that moving? I mean, everything's moving really fast, so. Can you see the Titan with your telescope? Again, let me move Saturn over just a bit more here. We'll try to bring in a little bit more brightness again. If I can pay attention here. Should see Titan and a few other moons right there. Go back over just a bit. There you go. It's a wonderful telescope. This is a beautiful telescope. All right, Max, sounds good, buddy. Thanks for coming in and hanging out. Jiminy Cricket entered the chat. It happens. Real it is. Yeah, I love you. I'll be on the first Artemis mission. Well, that's already been done, so that didn't work out for you. Planets that have no moons, is that because they have no... Oh, I got you. Okay, I got you. No, I don't have anything to do with that. Mostly the consensus would be that the planets, when we talk about Mercury and Venus, that the sun's gravity makes it a little bit harder for them to have secondary objects orbiting around moons. How fast I consider moving relative to us? I would have to do the calculation on that. What got me into the field of astronomy? I was 8 years old when Dad got the first telescope for the family. Just really loved it. Able to see the moons when you zoomed in. Yeah, it's super beautiful. Can we live there? No. It's a gas planet. You just sink in. It's mostly hydrogen, then a little bit of helium, and then quite a bit smaller amounts of other things like propane, methane. Is that little thing Mars on the other side? No, those are moons. The brighter one is going to be Titan, the moon Titan. What happens if I teleport there right now? Then you teleport there right now. Yeah, the moon moves pretty fast in our perspective. It really does. Are those little dots moons of Saturn and Dis? Yep. But if there was no ozone layer, could see more clearly. If we did not have a massive atmosphere like we have, yeah, we'd see a whole lot better. A ton better. The atmosphere is one of the worst things that we have when it comes to observations. That's awesome. I appreciate it. I'm definitely excited to be here on YouTube. YouTube seems to be pretty fun. Obviously, we got to figure out how to, I guess, mute the terms of flat earthers, obviously. I mean, it seems to be a really fun environment. So I definitely enjoyed over here. I was closer to Earth, from what I heard. Io? Io is a really beautiful moon. It's the most volcanic mass here in the solar system. It's up by Jupiter, but it's not the closest moon to us besides our moon, though. I want to be the first man to walk on the sun. Hey, only Chuck Norris can do that. Chuck Norris is the only one that can do that. How's this so far? Distant space makes my brain hurt. Wait until you start to see some of these galaxies we go to. Probably in the next week we'll do some deep space stuff and look at galaxies way out there. That'll really hurt your brain. You painted this a while ago. Love space. That's super cool. That is really awesome. Usually live stream or have videos on your channel. I'm new on YouTube. Usually live stream. Live stream's kind of where I do my best work at, I think. But I've been trying to do a little bit of content as well. I'm just not really good at doing content. Most people just want to be happy. Yeah, I agree. Don't make a mistake of feeding the trolls. I do. No, I definitely get it. I do agree. Does the sun hold gold? No. What other planets can you see with it? All of our planets. Saw Chuck Norris do some kick demonstration the other day. His work was mind-blowing. I bet. Dude, I bet. He goes up and punches holes into the sun that we call... I'm joking, you don't really do that. No, you don't do that. Thanks, Nicole. I appreciate it. What direction is Saturn tonight? For me right now, it's not about tonight, right? It's like at this moment, but it's east, southeast. Can't stop watching. This is beautiful. I appreciate it, Razor. I'm glad to have you here, though. Yes, absolutely, Luke. Appreciate that. What do you mean you're not good at creating content? That's awesome. I'm better at live streaming than I am at creating content itself. Tell us more about Titan. Titan's really cool. Titan's a little bit bigger than the planet Mercury. It has a massive atmosphere, and it's a candidate to even have life on it. Where is Titan? It's on the left side, that brighter one. The brighter moon you see right there. Are you able to see the Rose Nebula? Yeah, on a really good night, and really good. The Rose Nebula for me is a little bit tough because I'm in the observatory and it's a little low for me, but I can capture it though. Little thing on the side, he said, is Titan. It is, yeah, beautiful Titan. How far can you reasonably see with this telescope? It's not really about how far you can reasonably see. It's just how bright is that object, and all the telescope does collects light. That's basically all it does. But this one can do magnitudes with just a live view, magnitude about 14 to 15, which is relatively dim. What planet can you see with the current setup now? Right now, Saturn and Neptune are the two planets in our view currently. You were capturing nebula. Yeah, we'll do Galaxy Nebula here coming up pretty soon. Where the Titan, where's the realm now? You can see the Andromeda Galaxy with your eyes. Yeah, absolutely you can, in dark skies. Really cool to see. Can't wait to be on your outdoor guard post this winter. Oh, on your outdoor guard post. I prefer me as a... Oh, dude, yeah. He's super cool. Really cool. Do you agree with Stephen Burns about the interference between 3i and our sun? Here's a point about the Earth. I'm not too sure what Stephen Burns was mentioning. I don't know the reference. Sorry. Woke up with a drink today and I was just sitting here. And oh, bro, dude, that's awesome. Glad to have you. Let's start to the left of it. Those are moons. Those are 3 moons that we currently see. There's a star really close, though. Let me see if we go the right way. A star just underneath Saturn. There's a star right there. Really bright star right there. Let me see if we can line it up. And you can see some moons up by Saturn, then you see a star down here underneath. It's really cool because if you watch it for like an hour, you'll notice the star moves quite a bit different compared to what we see as Saturn here. And I just fortunately said no. I'm all in this. I got you. You have a whiskey accent. I got a nervous accent, right? There's a lot of people, obviously. What's the name of this moon? Our moon or the 3 moons that we see? Why? I don't know. I'm just always nervous when I go live, obviously. I appreciate it, Ray Ray. I appreciate that. I know I do a good job. It's just, obviously it's nervous, right? There's a lot of comments, and then not only that, but everything on the computer system trying to keep up with our view. It's just, yeah, it gets a little nervousing. So cool. I appreciate that. Honestly, thanks. Why does it move? What do you mean, why does it move? Yeah, telescope? Because I force it to move. What does the star look like? Parts of it's disappearing and popping back. It's the atmosphere. It's the that's the light coming through our atmosphere and getting distorted. Kind of like I mean, it's the best way to say it. It's the atmosphere, though. What are we looking at right now? Saturn, its moons, and a star. Currently, we got Saturn, its moons, and a star. The name. Hey, name the moons, please. And the 3. Ours is the moon with a capital M. If you're in English speaking, if not, then it's gonna be Luna, Mon. There's all kinds of different names. Let me get the current moons that we see. Obviously, we see Titan. But let me pull up the moons for Saturn here real quick. Get it on the planetarium here. Dion's in front of Saturn currently, which is pretty cool if we had that view. Mimas is right on the edge, the right edge, but we can't see it currently. So on the left side, it starts with Enceladus. Enceladus is going to be the first one. Gotta zoom out a bit more. Enceladus, and then Rhea and Titan. And then right in the middle of Enceladus, or sorry, Tethys. You see Tethys. So Enceladus is just to the right of, and you can actually see him. I can see it there actually. Hold on. Let me see if I can do this properly. You'll see 4 moons currently. Mimas would be a pretty tough one to see, but if you look right on the left of Saturn, you'll see another one. There's another moon right there. You can see 4. It'd be Enceladus, Tethys, Rhea, and then Titan. See if there's any way I can give us a little bit more brightness. Make it just a little too wild though. Way too much static. Yeah, it's tough to see it. I can see it kind of flickering in and out at times. It's hard to see it though. If I slow the camera down a little bit more. I don't know, can you guys make it out or no? Kind of tough to see. But you can see 4 there, yeah. You mentioned a celestial body moving. If you watch our view with like the star, you'll notice that the planet orbits a lot different than the stars do in our background, obviously. Let me speed the camera back up. There we go. pull this up a little bit more. Yeah, just really cool to see though. Really cool to get to see stuff like that. Especially when you see moons and a star and a planet all in one view. Really cool. I'm going to try to dim it down a little bit though. A little crazy bright. Can you guys still see Titan or no? Try to give us still a little bit of detail. So, what's a star made of again? Mostly hydrogen. Mostly hydrogen. This live footage Saturn. It is. This is live footage Saturn. I'm going to make a mini observatory in my backyard. Dude, that'd be awesome. That'd be super cool. Can you see more planets with a telescope? Yeah, absolutely. Does a star have a name? Oh, that star right there. Let me check and see what it is. I'll see if I can get it on the planetarium here to say what it is. Let me align Saturn too. That might actually be a good idea. Saturn synced. Okay, got it. That looks like star HD 224639. Does not have a name, by the way. But that star is roughly about 583 light years away. 583 light years away. Pretty cool. Let me get back over here. Use a laser to do what? Yeah, the red dot's Titan. Second largest moon in the solar system. Fractions, yeah, it happens. You can see Saturn like this. How zoomed in can you see our moon? Pretty well. Depends on the night. Depends on how much atmosphere we have. Hydrogen like hydrogen peroxide? No, hydrogen like hydrogen. Am I at NASA? No, I don't work for NASA. I think I missed some questions up here. Sorry guys, I was doing so much on the computer that I completely missed all the conversations. Hopefully I got most of them. You're leaving? Okay. I didn't see something, but okay. My bad. Where are you going? Nowhere. I don't plan to go anywhere. I'm just trying to read the comments now. I wonder what our galaxy looks like. You can look up stuff. You can look up things. We're probably like a barred spiral, grand type design, but it's not that we're actually outside and can see it, but we use stuff, for example, like, what do you want to call them? Ice cubes. You look up ice cubes that are trying to map our galaxy. Does light stop or get dimmer in a vacuum? No. In a vacuum, nothing interacts with it, so it's constant. So that dim red dot is Titan, the biggest moon. It's second biggest moon in our solar system. Second one. The biggest moon is Ganymede. Is Andromeda visible right now? It is, yeah. Have you ever seen anything that you can't explain? In the chat, for sure. Do you grow the real flat? Nope. Can you see Lupus through your telescope? No. A weird comment, though. I don't even understand that comment at all, but yeah, okay. Space is beautiful, that's true. Absolutely. Do you really believe what your mind allows you to perceive? I mean, I do the science, so I believe in the things that I can view and observe and continue to calculate and such, right? Go the Big Dipper? I can't see the Big Dipper right now. Can you see Dean? Oh, nice. My voice super low, sorry. Let me see if I can get set up better. How expensive the telescope that you're using? It's pretty expensive. Look up the C11, Celestron Next Star C11. I'm not sure how much it is currently. Sounds good to you? Okay, awesome. Orion's your favorite? 3500-ish. Orion don't make telescopes anymore. They're out of business. Have you been out of space? I have not. Go to the Big Dipper? No, thank you. I saw and have pictures of a double sun set in, so you probably put some kind of plastic behind your camera and took a picture. All about perception, so if you had not eyes, could you see? Well, I mean, obviously you wouldn't see if you didn't have eyes. Do you save these live feeds to your channel? I think they are saved here on YouTube. Oh, were you talking about Orion Nebula? Like the Orion constellation? Maybe I missed something up there. Space never gets boring, I agree. How much is a good startup? $100, $300, get like a tabletop Dobsonian. Can you see Atlas 3i? I cannot, it's already out of my view currently. End of October, we probably will. Can you see Pluto behind trees? What's a good budget-friendly telescope? Look for a tabletop Dobsonian. Even look for used telescopes. You get a big telescope, it costs $1,300, and it's good. What telescope do you get? How does one study space go to school? How much stardust or how much sawdust can you put into a Rice Krispie treat before people start to notice? What? Do you agree that the world is? No, I do not. Is it a spaceship? Nope, it's Saturn. And go to the Big Dipper. Go fly a kite. Can you see the space station if it flies over? If it flies over, you can. So you only believe because you can see. No, that's not it at all. It's things that we can actually see, observe, calculate, and such. I got a Geisker off Amazon. Oh, not really. I'm not a big fan of Geisters at all. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of them. Not a big fan at all. Made it. What's up, Sammy? How you doing? How's everything going? Looks like a Cheerio. Cool. Can you see Betelgeuse? Here soon we'll be able to. It's not up where we can see it yet. I appreciate it, Nate. Thanks so much. Appreciate that. Welcome back, Chandler. How's it going, man? Is there any good websites to learn about space? Yeah, there's a ton of them. I mean, even YouTube. Like, you're here on YouTube. YouTube's a good place. Just be careful of what you're learning from, obviously. Do you think there's another Earth out there with people on it? It's a tough question. Is there another Earth? No. I mean, it's the name of our planet, right? Is there a planet similar to ours? It's possible. Will it have people on it? Who knows? Can't tell you. Don't have the answer to it. Is Celestron a good brand? Yes. I do love Celestron. I think Celestron's a wonderful brand. Yo, what's up, Sammy? How's it going? How's your night? 7 a.m. there, and I didn't sleep yet. Oh no, dude, what happened? Go to the Big Dipper. I mean, you say that a lot, don't you? You're back to the speed talking. I know tonight it's definitely going to be a little bit of speed talking, I guess. Want to learn so much, but get overwhelmed. Hey, feel free to ask questions. I'll try to do my best to answer them. There's so many galaxies, no one knows. That's true. Have you managed to see the Horsehead Nebula? Yes, absolutely. Can we look another place? Yeah, we'll go to Neptune here in a minute. We'll definitely go to Neptune here in just a minute. Are they solid planets or gas giants? The one that we're looking at is a gas. This is a gas giant. We got 4 solid planets, 4 gas giants. Hey, what's up, Emmy? How you doing? Slept too long last night and day. Oh man, that's crazy. Are they? I got that one already. Watching with my 3-year-old son. Next is gravitational waves. Oh my goodness, gravitational waves is pretty wild to get into. Gravitational waves are some of the coolest things. And actually, LIDO just detected a supermassive black hole observing another black hole, which is really cool. What website besides YouTube are good to learn from? That's a tough one. I'm not going to make those recommendations. I think that's a horrible way of doing stuff. But look up like a local astronomy club near you. Most larger towns and cities have local community type astronomy clubs. Do white holes exist? Not that we know of. As for space, was on your bucket list? Ooh. Kindness. Since we're in space as well, I think kindness at this point in my life. I think everybody needs to learn to be kind to each other. I think that's my bucket list, to be honest. Which ones are also gas giants? It's going to be Saturn, Jupiter, Neptune, and Uranus. Do you believe in string theory? String theory works on paper, but we just don't see anything that actually says string theory exists. So, for example, we don't see other universes, if that's what you're speaking of. You're probably getting to universes, right? We see our universe. We can't get to the outside of the universe to be able to look out, so we don't know what's out there. Thank you for what you do. I appreciate that. Honestly, thank you. I've been worried that we didn't really go to the moon. We've been to the moon several times. Space is always fascinating you. That's awesome. Hey, what's up, Katie? How you doing? Good evening. Do you believe in multiverse? There's no way to say yes or no, to be honest. There's no way to say do multiverses exist or not. Again, we can't get outside of our universe, so we can't see out there. Some of the string theory also gets into other dimensions. Yeah, it gets way up there in dimension. We know of 4 dimensions. We could be up to 6 dimensions if the 4th dimension has X, Y, Z as well. The Big Bang Theory, the start of creation, we don't know. We when we talk about the Big Bang Theory, we see everything expanding. So if you reverse time, we see it coming back. So that's what the Big Bang Theory actually is. We don't know what this start of time is. We'd assume that's the start of our universe, though. Oh, okay, Sammy. Sounds good. Sounds good. What's off to the left? The Moon Titan. You're looking at the Moon Titan near Saturn. Multiverse doesn't mean every decision we make spawns another universe. Yeah, 100%. I agree. Multiverse just means that there's multiple universes. Yeah, string theory requires at least 11 dimensions. It gets pretty wild. String theory is pretty crazy up there. It's just one of those things. I prefer to be able to test things and validate things. I don't know. That's just how I am, though. Is it light that we're viewing reflected sunlight? It is, yep. Light reflecting off of Saturn from the sun. Hey, Brian, I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate that. Sunnyland, hey, welcome in. It is Saturn. What we're looking at right now, Saturn and Titan. You can see Titan on the left as well. Ah, Saturn just came in the view of your telescope. Dude, no way. That's super awesome. That little dot to the left, one of Saturn's moons. It is. It's one of the 274 moons. It's Titan. With the multiverse, there are unlimited other versions of me, like something. I mean, again, it just comes back to hypothetical, right? We don't know. Honestly, we don't know. I don't really jump into that kind of wildness, personally. That's not where I go, stuff. Let me see if I can set Saturn properly here real quick. Let's think about the telescope. There we go. Yeah, absolutely, Kitty. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's tons of imaginary math. There's a lot of math with it. There's definitely a lot of math with it. It's easier just to sometimes say, I don't know. Like, that's the best answer I can give you. I don't know. I'm not going to lie to you. Just joining in, what telescope are you using? C11. Tonight using C11. Which moon is Titan? The larger one, the brighter one on the left side. We can see 4 moons, 3 a little bit easier, but the one on the far left, the brighter one, that's Titan. What got you into astronomy? I was 8 years old and my dad bought the first telescope. Boring, so is your profile picture. Is Titan the largest? It's the largest around Saturn, but second largest in our solar system. That's about an inch away in Titan. It depends on your phone screen size, I guess, but yeah, on the left side, be Titan. How far is it from Saturn? I don't remember exactly how far Titan is from Saturn. I have to look that one up for you. Where am I located? Pacific Northwest. Nope, I'm in Kansas City, Missouri. Is Titan the moon that you can live on? I mean, we wouldn't be able to live on it, but it does have an atmosphere. It has a really awesome atmosphere. From a professional point of view, what is your observance of how this asteroid plane was formed? You're talking about the main asteroid belt, like between Mars and Jupiter? What through dust particles or what is the collision? I guess first get that one. You're talking about the main asteroid belt between Jupiter and Mars, I assume. You think in the future we could argument our body's enough to jump to Saturn with physical strength? No, not at all. Never. Yes, okay, I got you. It's probably a lot of different things. There's probably a lot of different things that happen there. So it could be formation in the area and then like smaller objects that got aligned there from Jupiter's magnetic field, and also probably crushed stuff that got sent over into that location and aligned through Jupiter's magnetic field. You gotta always remember Jupiter has a 500 million mile long magnetic tail. It's super wild. James, even galaxies. What starving is Saturn in right now towards Pisces? Ooh, where's Saturn at? Let me zoom out. Make sure I say it correctly here. Right now we are kind of in the middle of nowhere, to be honest. We're really close to Pisces, so we're really close. Yeah, we're in Pisces. You can look at it. It's in the constellation Pisces. You should take a poll as to determine where you point your telescope. Maybe sometime. There's a lot going on. Like, I probably should mention that between reading all the comments, trying to communicate with you guys, trying to remember all this stuff, then controlling the telescope, looking at the planetarium, looking at our view, making sure it looks okay. There's just so much going on. So jumping around is kind of sometimes tough to do. Jothea, I mean, it impacted us. How do we see it? It is possible that there may be some remnants of like the core of Thea still here on Earth. Infinite space is terrifying. Would be terrifying, wouldn't it? If Mars could become a habitable planet, would you leave Earth? No, I'd stay here. Does infinity have a limit? That's a great question. I mean, the term infinity itself doesn't have a limit, right? That's what infinity itself means. So the answer would be no. There would be no limit. Ocean is more scary than space. I would agree. I would definitely agree, in a sense, at least. Ask a mod for help. Yeah, my mods are, I think, studying and stuff. A lot of my mods do go to school and stuff. Appreciate you for sharing this with us. I appreciate you, honestly. I appreciate having you here and hanging out with us. My favorite field trip when I was a kid was going to a planetarium, but I don't think they do that anymore. So that's pretty tough, ain't it? I know a few schools still do, though. There's still a few schools that take the kids to the planetariums. Pancakes, waffle, or French toast? French toast. Can you show Saturn from the future? Nope, never could. Light always takes time to travel. No matter what you look at, you're seeing light in the past. You never see light in that moment. Everything's in the past. What's up, Angel? How you doing? I see you. Got a planetarium there in Vegas? That's awesome. You go to it often or no? What's outside space? We don't know. Don't have an answer. You're soon to leave Earth? Oh, don't do that. We want you here. Oh, I'm throwing stuff now. When does space get scary for you? Really doesn't. I mean, we're in space, right? Like, you and I, we are in space. Literally in space. Not all infinites are equal. I mean, infinite plus infinite would not be very equal, would it? Ever see any UFOs? No. Have a membership for with kids. Oh, that's so cool. That's honestly awesome. Habitats on the moon with the moon and planet chemical utilization. What are you getting into, man? Bacon, sausage, or ham? Ooh, sausage. Waffles. Ooh, what? How would you say waffles, man? Vegas worth it. In Vegas worth it. I don't know. I have not been there myself. I haven't been there myself, so I'm not too sure. Are we the aliens? I mean, aliens would be people outside of our planet. Can you zoom in more than that? If we put in like a Barlow, we would be able to. Talk about conjunction. Which conjunction? Our image is black and white. Are you seeing color? I mean, that's pretty much what we see. There's a little bit of like a creamish yellowish. Three-eye atlas. Not where I can see it. Where do you have... oh, there you go. You're talking to Mike now. Every night I'm part of the solar system. Yeah, absolutely. We are. We can pull Saturn over a little better. There we go. Can we dim it down a little bit? Is it too much light now? I'm throwing too much light. Does it look any better? I don't even know. It's really green though, for sure, on your guys' side. I mean, we can really mess with the RGB, so we can make it blue, obviously. Still a little too blue though, right? I can't even know. Is Saturn always this viewable? It gets a little bit better when we get in opposition, like on the 21st of this month. It'll be a little bit better. Retired Air Force, living in Texas. Used to go to the Kitt Peak. Okay. Often in the U of A, the University of Arizona, has a planetarium as well. That's super awesome. That's really cool. Maybe show the rings a little bit. That's pretty much what we see. The rings right now are edge on. This is what we see with the rings. The moon's about 15 degrees north since the full moon. Yeah, it changes the plane a little bit. Our viewing plane obviously gets changed a little bit through seasons. There's just in the future. I'm a non-linear. Okay. Is this real or something passed on some kid selling? Yeah, it's on some kid selling, dude. Has to be it. Can you add more zoom? If we threw in a Barlow, we'd be able to. Are we usually edge on with the rings? Nope. Nope, we're not. Usually, so in the cycle, so in about 7 years from now, we'll be almost to the flattest that we'll see it. And then it'll go back towards the edge on. So every roughly 14 months, we hit edge on. You ever get into fights with flat earthers? No, I just don't pay much attention to it. People that just want attention, really. Neptune already, bro? Yeah, we will actually here. What's your favorite planet besides Earth? Probably Jupiter for observations. Will you look at the conjunction this weekend? We will see. We shall see. Where's the moon? Are they hiding? No, I just turned down the brightness. Your killed ceilings had better definition. Yeah. If it here's a cool thing that this is how you know that you're looking at something real like this, because if it was fake, it would look a lot better. I would show you a stacked image or something. But this is what it looks like when it's real. Just how it is. Alright, let's do it though. Let's go to Neptune. Let's see what we can do. We're really, really close, so it shouldn't be too difficult. Neptune and 3, 2, 1. Right over. If I get enough brightness though. It'd be hard to see it without brightness. Where are you? Oh, it's at the very bottom. I actually see it right there. Oh, wrong way. So here's what Neptune looks like. Pretty wild, ain't it? Look at the blue from it though. I think it has a really beautiful color. Make sure we line it up correctly though. I think it's getting a little too off. A little bit further. Right there. There's Neptune. Maximum zoom. No, we'd have to put in Barlow's to get zoom. Is Saturn viewed from Earth always edge on? No, it's not. Yeah, it's cool to get to see something like Neptune. Really cool to get to see. Remember, it's a lot smaller than Saturn, quite a bit further away than what Saturn is, but that's the kind of view we get with Neptune. Uranus looks very similar to this. Not too much different. Modern life's not planets. No, they're planets. We discovered them. We observe them. We know what they're. Lines that shades our zoomed in screen. Lines that shade our zoomed in screen. I must have missed something there. That's awesome. So is Mars red? Like they say, yeah, it does come in red. Jupiter available? See, not yet. It's not up where we can see it yet. Betelgeuse neither. It's not up where we can see it yet. Miss Huskin, it was the best place to view the night sky. Ah, yeah, I bet, man. I have an iPhone 16 Pro. I've been trying to do a clear shot of the moon, but can't. I'm missing. Am I doing something wrong? Make sure you hold your finger on the screen and turn down some of the brightness when it comes to the moon. It's really hard to do. Like the Seven Sisters Pleiades. I got you. I want to move back and forth like it's. Oh, that's really funny. Yeah, it's the furthest planet away from us, so it's really cool to get to see. Betelgeuse not up where I can see it right now. Telecom, see Cybertron. But this is a pretty cool observation. Yeah, that's funny. Thanks for sharing these views with us. I appreciate you. Honestly, I appreciate having all you here. In the telescope, you're using the C11? Using the C11 from Celestron. Yeah, the chat was moving pretty quick earlier. It's not too bad right now, though. Galileo has entered the chat. What are we looking at right now? This is Neptune. Currently looking at Neptune. Love stars in the Seven Sisters. I think it's really cool. I like the nebulosity from Pleiades. I think the nebulosity around Pleiades is just really stunning. Really beautiful. Really beautiful. Do you consider Pluto a planet? I consider it a dwarf planet. It's in the Monetary planet. Dwarf planet. Same like Ceres, for example. Alright, you guys ready to hit Saturn again? Let me know if y'all are ready to go back to Saturn. Where are all the scrolls we see in the books? Like, well, I don't have a telescope that's, 2.7 billion miles away flying by it. Saturn? Okay, let's do Saturn again. Let's roll on to Saturn. Okay, 3, 2, 1, and we on our way. And Saturn. We can pull it up enough, though. Saturn and some moons, and a star, by the way. There's a star down here. It's pretty cool. I haven't pulled over enough. There's a star down here on the bottom, and then you see moons around Saturn. We are so insignificant. No, we're really significant. I mean, compared to like the size, yeah, for sure. But like, people are significant. 100% they are. Does Pluto have anything to do with Sagittarius? No. I could actually like Sniper. Yeah, this is a really nice mount. Especially if I get enough things synced up, it does a really good job. The 8 and 10 inch Celestrons are around 2,000 to 4,000. Yeah, this is 11 inch here. This is 11 inch, then you got to calculate everything else from the mount to the cameras to all the computer system, the observatory. It gets expensive. It's so much bigger than Neptune. Yeah, it's much closer to us, and it's much larger. Saturn is the second largest planet in our solar system. Hey, have a good night, Nicole. Thanks for coming and hanging out. Is the 11 inch too big for Uranus? No, it looked just like Neptune, what we just seen at Neptune. You're legit showing us Saturn. Are you, I assume you mean what are you using? Telescope that you see here on the bottom. Never seen Saturn's moon before. It's pretty cool. It really is cool. Really is cool. We live close to Mount Lassen. Okay. Check out the hills here. Dark skies. Or in Northern California. Backyard works great too. That's super cool. Just being in Northern California, you got dark enough skies. But you guys get a lot more rain up there though, don't you? Do you program in the location it goes automatically? Yeah, I use the planetarium software. How big is Jupiter compared to Earth? Massive. It is massive. I think 13, if I remember right. 13 of our planets wide. So you put 13 Earths wide. It's massive. It's super massive. 1,300 of our planets inside of it. It's super massive. Helping you go live? I'm trying to go live here on YouTube roughly every night. As long as we got clear skies, I should be around. Only 4 binoculars, dude. Do it. Go for it. Honestly, go for it. That is Titan on the left side, not the one on the very bottom left. The very bottom left is a star. Horizontal and vertical lines is a grid plane, just very similar. And the camera's max. Oh, when you see the vertical lines that you're seeing there, yeah, it's just how the camera operates. When you turn up a lot of brightness, you get weird vertical, or it's actually horizontal lines, but they show up in YouTube vertical. Missouri. I go to beach in Michigan. Why is that? What's your favorite planet to look at? Jupiter. By far, Jupiter. Jupiter is really beautiful. Jupiter and Venus. I'm kind of mixed between the two. Jupiter for the views, Venus for the different types of views. So like the crescent Venus is really cool. What's the coolest thing you saw through your telescope? This right now, I think these are always really cool for me. I always find interest in what we do. Do you have a lens camera, or are you hooked up to your cell phone to the lens? No, it's a camera, not a lens camera, but a dedicated camera that hooks up to the back of the telescope. 20 a.m. for you. So I'm off to bed. Have an amazing night, Lisa. Thanks for coming and hanging out with us. Can you see Mars not above the horizon? It's already set. Best place to watch a piercing meteor showers anywhere dark. Anywhere you got dark skies. Love you here at Leo Nation Network. I appreciate that. When you see a planet with your own eyes through a telescope, yeah, it puts scale in your head that you can't get on the screen. Yeah, you get such better views through the eyepieces, to be honest, than what I can even pick up with my cameras. The views in them is just crazy. Chat, you ever seen a digital image of a microphone? An image. Oh, it's a microphone image or a frequency. I mean, it's a light signal. It's electronic signal. I think I can see Uranus. Cool. It looks different. The rings are so bright as a planet. If you look beautiful. Thank you so much. Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks for coming in. What's your views on Elon going to Mars? He goes to Mars or doesn't? I've seen Jupiter and Saturn live through a telescope. It's one of my most one of the most beautiful things you ever seen. Yeah, 100%. When you look at it after 5 minutes and start to ship shave in mind, I think your mind can do that to you. Our minds can play a lot of games. Our eyes really can. They can be deceptive. You don't think we study our sister planet enough, Venus? I agree. I think we need to do more missions to Venus, personally. Your dad got an 8-inch Celestron, the C11 or C8s back then. The 80s of you, Haley's come. Oh, dude, no way. That's super crazy cool. I got a 8SC here. Yeah, it's actually right here by me, which would look very similar. So the orange tube though looks just like that one. Which one's Saturn? The one with the ring? Love Orion Heavy. It has the most amazing blue color. Yeah, the blues and reds are amazing on Orion for sure. I cannot see Mercury right now. It's already set. Can you take a shot of the Milky Way through a telescope? Not through the telescope. Like, we'll see objects inside the Milky Way, like what we're doing right now. All this is in the Milky Way. Can't land on the moon, talk about Mars. Bro, you can't land on the moon, talk about Mars. What? Except we have several times. Not only us, by the way. Other countries landed on the moon, technically. I like the ring. It reminds that super. Yeah, 100%. It's majestic. Saturn is a little icon with the thumbs up. Wait, what? I must miss something. Seeing the Milky Way with your own eyes is different through a telescope. Yeah, it's beautiful. Yeah, you wouldn't want to use a telescope to look at the Milky Way. You want wide field of view to see the Milky Way. And dark skies, obviously. It's true we won't be able to see the rings for a few years. We're edge on right now. We're edge on currently. We can see it if you get enough magnitude and brightness. Obviously, you see them. They're really thin, though. They're super thin. I appreciate it, Brian. Thanks. Can we see the Milky Way? Let's see if the camera's picking up. So this is an all-sky camera above the observatory. Let's see if it's picking up the Milky Way. I can hardly see it. I see a little bit of what looks like smoke. You can see the moon starting to illuminate the sky. But I'm having a hard time actually making out the Milky Way in it. I can kind of see the Milky Way. Can you guys see it there? This image updates every 10 seconds, by the way. If you guys ever want to see that, it's on skieslive.com. You can see I3, 3i. Can you see 3i? I cannot. It's below the horizon. Earth is Venus twin by size. Very close, yeah. Have you named a star? No, it's fraud. Never do that. Don't buy a star. Can you see Venus? No, it's already below the horizon. Does the movie Don't Look Up have any realistic meaning? I've never actually watched Don't Look Up. Can you see the Milky Way live on other websites? Yeah, of course you can. Is that a moon orbiting that moon? No. No, all the moons orbit Saturn. You see Mercury is below the horizon. In October 3i. Yeah, we'll be able to near like the end of October. We'll be able to see 3i. Do you believe there's life out there? It's very possible. Very possible there's life out there. It's getting kind of warm in here. A little muggy. Yo, what's up, Victor? How you doing, bud? And I'm almost out of my drink. Got sweet tea for the night. Saturn. Currently looking at Saturn. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate that, Lizzo. I tried to answer most of the questions. I try to keep up with them anyways. Is it possible to spot a star that no one else has? Well, no one can own a star. But you mean like find a star that no one's ever like found? I mean, technically, yeah. I guess you could, because there's a lot of star databases out there, but there's going to be other stars that you could essentially find. They're like not mapped out. We see the comet with naked eye. Probably not. No, I highly doubt we will. There's too many P words in astronomy. This is true. Oh, and anatomy. That's true also, I assume. I appreciate that, Greg. Thank you. Those are some moons. You can see 3 in our current view. And a little bit of wind just hit us, it looks like. A little bit of wind hit the telescope. What is the time here right now? 12:14 a.m. You can see 3 of the 274 moons right now. The little moons. This is Saturn. In the next 20 years, do you see any breakthrough for space? Yeah, all the time. All the time. Is a shooting star a falling planet? No, not at all. It's very small chunks of mostly rock and dust. Sometimes ice particles as well, but mostly rock and dust though. Is it cold in the universe? I mean, not hot. Cold itself is just the loss of heat, right? Not hot. It gets really cold though. Why so thick? What's that? Will a power sticker be able to see Saturn if I use a 4mm lens? Yes. It'll be really hard to keep up with it though. Are you away from the city light pollution? For the most part, yeah. It would be really good if you could zoom into Mars and the moon. I mean, we can zoom in on the moon when it's above the horizon, same for Mars, but obviously we can zoom in more on the moon than we can Mars, because Mars is much further away. Yep, 274 moons around Saturn. Why is it so thick? I don't know what you're trying to say, Thomas. Sorry. I'm just surprised my fiance by getting married on Halloween. Silly 3-Eye Atlas is still in my thunder. My goodness, dude. That's crazy. What's up, Space? How you doing, bud? Do you listen to Neil Tyson? Sometimes. Oh, why is it thick? Because we have the brightness really high. Let me pull it out for you. I got what you mean now. Just we got the brightness super high. See how like bright it is. And then pull it out properly so we can actually see Saturn. There you go. Gotta get a telescope? I hope you can. I hope you get a good one. Are you having to shift your telescope to keep it centered? No, it's a computerized. You see the white underneath where the telescope's at in that view? That's a EQ6R Pro mount. It's electronic, so it's designed to track objects. How much is a telescope that allows you to see that? To see Saturn, you can get binoculars to actually get a decent view of Saturn. Look how amazing it actually looks right now. If you guys want to stack it, let's try it real quick. Let's see if we can stack Saturn. Hopefully it's not too bright. Stacking is a really cool process. It's going to take the video that we're seeing, and it's just going to put all the images on top of each other. You'll see the RGB channels always trying to line up, and then we'll try to get it where it ain't super bright. Yep, and our blue channels are way off. Let's see if it aligns. Some nights when you have really bad atmosphere, this happens. Let me clear it out and we'll try it again. Yeah, it's probably going to be a horrible night for stacking. Turn down the brightness. Yeah, it ain't going to happen tonight. Some nights you just get a really good night to actually stack. Tonight's not going to happen. Can you find Atlas coming through? 3-Eye? No, not right now. How long have you been stargazing? Since I was 8 years old. Can we all just come to an agreement that we need to rename Uranus? Even just change a vowel. I mean, it's called Uranus. It's not Uranus. It's literally pronounced Uranus. You took astronomy 35 years ago. Too much math can be. Have you heard of the term electromagnetic vehicles? Electromagnetic vehicles. I mean, I can take an idea of what that is. Atmospheric disturbance. It's Jack here in Cuba. No way, Dobbs. In Columbus. Yeah, it's not. I mean, it's not horrible right now. There's quite a bit, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst atmosphere we've had, but there's a lot of wind here too. Lower wind. Slightly out of focus, just a little bit. So what does Atlas do? And where some Atlas is a bunch of telescopes. Atlas is literally a network of telescopes. What about Jupiter? Zoom in to the great red spot, the storm on Jupiter. It's not above the horizon. I can't get to Jupiter right now. What's your favorite space movie? Probably Contact. In Latin, Uranus is pronounced Uranus. Yep, Uranus. Are you big on constellations? Well, not really. Is it in retrograde? Gatorade? Saturn going retrograde. What color is Saturn? It's kind of a creamish color. There's a lot of different colors, obviously, with it, but I mean, in our perspective, kind of a creamish color. Thanks, Dobbs. Appreciate that. Can you stack much? What? Here's how we're looking at the same planet that was first observed in 1610. It's probably observed well before that. Just studied at that point. They started to realize, hey, there's something going on here. This thing moves different than what the stars move in the background of it. Can you show the moons again? No, the moons always close to each other like that. We say no. They all have a different orbital speed, so they look a little different at times. If I can get them again, they get a little bit different at times. Look at the atmosphere right there. It's actually kind of wild. Plus, we got winds that are going crazy. My location, Kansas City, Missouri. Sub, I appreciate it. Hey, thanks so much for the sub. Ciao from Milano, Italy. Hey, welcome in. Do you think it's transmitting signals like a satellite? What exactly do you mean? For me, looking at a massive planet in the telescope is hoping they don't explode. It won't. There's nothing out there that's going to do that. Then we got to see all three. Got one to real treat. Yeah, that's really cool. I do enjoy actually getting to see moons around other planets. Thanks, Mig. I appreciate that. We'll change the distance and size of side of the planets due to orbit. Yep. They all got a relatively close to the same orbital plane, though there's a little fluctuation in some of them. Saturn has a recorded 274 moons. Yep, 274 verified moons. What do you think about the moon rusting? We see a little bit of rusting on the moon. Do gas giants have solid iron cores? It's going to be some kind of metallic core. We just don't know exactly what it is. We don't even know if it's solid, but we assume that it's going to be a solid metallic type core. Those are some of the moons. Yep. Can you explain what you think 3i Atlas is? So 3i is most likely going to be a comet. Signatures appear to be a comet. Trying to describe how? Ooh, I'm not too sure how to subscribe in the live, to be honest. There should be someone here, whether you click my name and hit sub or something like that. Subscribe. Mars has some theories on it. What? Saturn was upside down 5 days ago. Super cool. Well, it's just how my camera's set up too. Like I can go out there and just spin my camera and it'll change the direction of it. It's just on the equipment. As we do orbit through the sky, though, it'll change a little bit of view. So once we even flip to the other side, then the moons are going to be on the opposite side too. So it just depends on your equipment. Click the name and then sub. Oh, okay, I got it. Will we see 3i Atlas again? Most likely later in October. Yeah, this is Saturn live right now. That's awesome. I appreciate it, Melly. Thanks so much. How can the storm at Saturn's North Pole be hexagonal? We don't know. We honestly don't know why it's hexagonal. To hers of a human. What kind of equipment do you need to see this? Telescope. Nice telescope. Thanks, Razor. I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Your birthday's at the end of October. Oh my goodness. I don't see how to donate. I don't have enough followers here yet to even set it up. Not a big deal. I'm all about being here for the community, to build the community and have a lot of fun. Or you're viewing it through a C11. Could a moon rust cause oxygen and water? I mean, you need a little bit of iron, right? Like, there's different things, like hematite, for example. But we think that our moon, the rust that we see on the moon, most likely came from there's some moisture there. We should add that into, but there is some moisture on the moon that we actually see. Looking into like the deep impact craters near the South Pole, we find frozen water. We also see a lot of water in silica glass that gets blown out during impact. So we know there's a little bit even in the crust of the moon. There's just not a lot, but then you get like the solar winds that blow through here and pull out some of our atmosphere, some of the oxygen, and then it goes past the moon, and now you got the oxygen as well. Neptune's where we can view. Yeah, Neptune. We did Neptune just a bit ago. We may go right back here in a minute. Yeah, most of it's going to be most likely from Earth's atmosphere. Answer both my questions. That's awesome. What's your favorite planet? Anyone shout out their month of birthday? You're kind of pink. What? Hey, thank you, Alexandria. I appreciate it. You can see Stevenson A. Not right now. Can you zoom into the dark side of the moon? Yeah. I mean, we can, because the dark side is just the night phase of the moon. It's a dark side. You see it. We can't see the far side, but we can see the dark side or the night phase. There's nothing actually called dark side except song. Is this a motorized mountain? It is. How do you know where to start looking for Saturn? I've been doing it for a long time, but of course the computers help me as well. Don't sigh for a snack. It destroys my low light. Yeah, it does, man. It really will do that to you. I mean, fresh foot outside. Yeah. You really need to. Pretty sure my favorite planet is Earth. Oh yeah, 100%. I love our planet. The best photos of the moon are when we have the Terminator line. That is true. What's good, brand telescope? I'm about to buy one right now. Tell me a good model. Oof, model. I'm not going to have to try to jump into that one, but good brand, probably Celestron. I would go Celestron. What's your opinion on the moon landing that we landed on the moon? Due to Saturn's tilt at perspective is now a southern hemisphere. Yeah, changes about every 14 years. That's right. Is the sun turned off right now? I mean, it's on the other side of the planet. Do you look for stars as well, or do you focus more? So on planets, the stars are born in a telescope. Let me show you a star real quick. We actually have one that's relatively bright near Saturn, right there on the bottom left. That's a star. They're boring. The only star that's really not boring is, I think, like binary stars, stellar clusters, star clusters, globular clusters, stellar nurseries, and our sun. I think they're the coolest stars to look at. Good guys, not up yet. Why are stars harder to see than planets? Because they're further away. I mean, we can see our star really well, though. Neptune, I came in late. I didn't know you showed it already. We can do it again. I don't mind going back to Neptune. Make sure I sync the telescope up with Saturn again. We'll swing over to Neptune. 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Just a little bit of a movement, by the way. It's not that far away. Let me put in the center. Get a little blue dot there, kind of jumping around as I move the telescope. If I can get it centered up. There you go. Neptune. So here's your most distant planet here in the solar system. Just got the Celestron 8SC. Is that a good one? Yeah, dude, I love the 8SC. I got one sitting right here next to me right now. Been around 500 to 1,000. Can you get a decent telescope? Yeah, absolutely. I think anywhere like $100 to $300. You can get like a decent even tabletop Dobsonian. But yeah, there's Neptune. Neptune doing Neptune things. How are these images captured? Is this actually a telescope? Yeah, you can see the telescope on the bottom. Through a camera, a dedicated camera on the back of the telescope. Is there invisible light from Van Allen radiation field? No, there's things that reflect light, if that's what you mean. There are objects that do reflect light in the field. Build a lens telescope? What do you mean? Is there, I mean, I could put lenses in my telescope. I think we're planet jumping, like from one of the, what exactly do you mean? I'm confused also. Where you share pics Instagram? I don't. I just do them, mostly live stuff, to be honest. What do you think about the planet? Anchor types. I don't know anything about that one, to be honest. The pale blue dot. Yep. The Neptune is a blue planet. Why is it so hard to capture on the telescope? It's not as large as Saturn, but even put that in perspective, like this is 2.7 billion miles away, where Saturn is much larger and about 795 million miles away. So quite a bit different. You got the distance and the size. And plus it's blue. I mean, you get something like that and it's not white. White obviously is much brighter than blue itself. I appreciate it, Meg. Have a good night. Thanks for sub. Mars is on the other side of Earth, yep. Are you able to view a neutron star? There are some neutron stars you can view. How much is your scope? This one here, I don't remember off the top of my head, to be honest. You see Ceres, the closest dwarf planet to us. Is it where we have in range? Let me look real quick. I know it's pretty darn close, but I think we gotta wait just a little bit longer before it's where I can actually hit it from the telescope. Yeah, Not quite where I can get to it yet. Yep, I don't see it right now. It's not in the sky where I can get to it. Imagine Galileo having to wait all day excited to look at dots. I know, right? That'd be pretty funny. Let's look at Mars below the horizon. Do you have any questions about mysterious space you want answered? I think any space is really, or like any space question being answered is really cool. I don't know that there's one I would say is more important than any other, to be honest. What planets can you do right now, Saturn and Neptune? It's a really nice telescope, really is. Do you have fear of the massive size and voice field? No, not at all. Yeah, but Saturn and Neptune, the 2 planets that we can hit currently. And stars, obviously. There we go, 3, 2, 1, whee, back to Saturn. And a star first. So, what a star looks like again. Let me pull Saturn back down. See some moons with Saturn here. There you go. Was able to take a photo of a planetary parade that began August 25th through September 2nd. It was glorious. Oh, that's so cool. Love it. Yeah, Saturn thought, Galileo thought that Saturn had handles. Yeah, he did. Do you believe the real is spherical in shape? Yeah. I mean, if you're talking about our planet, yeah, absolutely. Spheroid. You would like to go and live on Mars or the moon? No, I personally wouldn't. I should say oblique, by the way. Spend all my money on guns and whiskey instead of telescopes. About the cheaper scope. Yeah. Thanks, Albers. I appreciate that. Can you see that with your telescope? Can I see what? Let me go back up. M1 Atlas? I'm not sure which one is, or sorry, MI Atlas? The MI Atlas? I'd have to look up MI. I don't know anything about MI. Unless you meant 3i. Yeah, 3i's out of sight right now. Can you lower exposure for a second? Yeah, absolutely. Can you still see it okay? Or too dim? I never know if it's like too dim for you or not, to be honest. Hopefully you can see it okay. There you go. You ever seen anything like a UFO or something that you can explain before? Not really, man. Usually I'm pretty good at determining what I'm looking at. I've been doing it for so long that just seeing what a satellite is, a helicopter, airplane, and such, balloons. Left moon is really tripping me out. That's Titan. You're seeing Titan there. Titan's the 2nd largest moon in our solar system. Really beautiful too. It's a little dim. Yeah, it happens. It does happen. Atlas 3I is a comet from outside our solar system. Yep. Can we take a look at Uranus? Not up yet. Not up to where I can get it. What do they blink? Atmosphere. I appreciate it, guy. I appreciate the bud. No one listens to me, but 3i Atlas is just a very long distance Amazon delivery to my house. Okay. My question from your perspective, when do you 3i agree, or Atlas is going to come around? It's not going to get that close to us. Can you see the color on Titan? If we had more zoom, we'd start to make out a little bit better color. Like you can make out kind of the yellowish color that we see with it, but more zoom, obviously you get better views. Right now using the C11 telescope. Celestron C11. Thanks, Karen. I appreciate it. How's your weekend going so far? How's everybody's weekend going so far? It's Friday night, y'all. We're finally to the weekend. Is it Friday night? It is Friday night, yeah. I'm saying it right. I just started having to question myself. Is it Friday? Yes, it's Friday. It is Friday. Thanks, Nexon. Appreciate that, bud. Is Saturn a solid planet? Nope, it's gas. I appreciate it, Dobbs. Thank you so much. Saturday morning already for you. I got you. Yep, not a surface on this planet. Do you know Dave? Who's Dave? It's Saturday on the East Coast. That is true. It is Saturday on the... Oh, you know what? It's Saturday here as well. It's 12:32 a.m. It's your Tuesday? What? This is a real view of Saturn Live. It is. Yep, this is Saturn Live right now. Thank you, Jess. Appreciate it. The Earth is oxygen. Why is another planet gas? And why don't we travel to it? There's a lot of different gases out there. Let's kind of break that down a little bit. In astronomy, there's 2 gases, right? Hydrogen and helium we consider to be gases. The rest we consider to be metals, which is kind of fun. But to go back to that perspective, we don't find much oxygen when we talk about Saturn. It's mostly hydrogen with a little bit of helium. And then there's a bunch of other stuff, methane, prothane. You find like 0.002% water as well. So rocking Friday night here, nice. Why don't we see anything behind Saturn because of the exposure, how much brightness we have? You can see the planets on Friday night. My light is great. Relaxing. Dude, that's awesome, man. I have an amazing night, Alexander. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us. Let's talk about the biggest wedding ring. What about the biggest wedding ring? What a double-head Wendy asking for extra mustard. Mustard's good. Mustard is good. Thanks, Nelly. Or Melly. I'm sorry. Thank you, Melly. Appreciate that. Hi, Heath. How are you doing? This is live. We're looking live at Saturn currently. What we are looking at. If anybody wants to see, I can kind of show you a little bit more of the setup here, or even go out and tap the telescope and you see Saturn get all wiggly. Kansas City, Missouri. 11 inches, 5,000. Yeah, it's pretty expensive. And then take that and then add on my mount, which is the EQ6R Pro, then add on the cameras, the focal reducers, the observatory, the computer systems. It gets pretty well. Oh, you're in Lawrence? Nice, dude. Can you see the moon from where you're at? Not yet. Not up to where I can see it yet. Here's my sky. Let me show you. Actually, let me pull in the off sky. This is right above the observatory right now. That's what we see. You can see right there where Saturn's at near the bottom. You can see where it shows the telescope pointing as well. But this is on skieslive.com. This is my website. This updates every 10 seconds, by the way. You can go on there and see kind of where the telescope's pointing, see what's exactly above me. Then you can see here at the observatory we're surrounded by trees on all the different sides. How often are you on? I try to go live as often as I can. It depends on clouds and stuff, though. Just added a Canon 200D onto my 130mm telescope. Been super fun. Robert, that's super cool, man. That's super cool. What's up, Amigo? How you doing, bud? Saturn was a tiny dot. Yeah, looks like a tiny dot up in the sky. You know the difference of gravity on Saturn compared to Earth? Ooh, not off the top of my head. Let me look it up for you, though, if you want to know. I don't remember it off the top of my head. I probably should, huh? I just don't remember the stuff like that. Um, 1.07 to 1.08 times the Earth's gravity. Not too far off, though. 1.07 to 1.08 times the amount. Can you show your setup? Yeah, we can check it out. You want to go out and look at the telescope? Is that what you mean? Is that it? No, this is Saturn. Hopefully I got that. You guys want to see the telescope out there? Let me go move the camera around a little bit and you guys can see the telescope. And I'll try to show you a little bit of the sky as well. Let me mute myself so it's not loud when I walk on the floors and open the doors and stuff. Now we really don't have much of a view of the telescope, it looks like. I can't see the camera when I'm out. But there we go. Back to it. Lost my sound. Yeah, I walked out there. The way it's all set up is I'm inside a control room in the observatory. There's a control room, and then there's where the telescopes are, which the roof opens up. It slides open, basically, which where the telescope's in. And it's kind of warm out there. It's like really, really humid here. 74 degrees. How long the scope is? Oh, it's roughly about 3 feet long. This one is. Hopefully I got everything there. Capture any odd things? Just in chat. People chatting, usually. Are full enough to see any Saturn's moon? Yeah, we can see Saturn's moon. Drop our brightness again. We'll start to see some of the moons out there. Hopefully you can see some. General location, Kansas City. Hopefully I got everything. Yeah, looks like I did. I have visual snow syndrome. So my vision is pixelated. Oh, okay, I got you. So I can see. I'm gonna see it. I tell Sarah if I can. Yeah, that'd be great, man. I get that. 12:38 p.m. there. Well, it's 12:38 a.m. here, morning time. It would be really cool to get to see one of the moon shadows on Saturn. Yeah, it would be. Really would be. How bad is light pollution here? 2.7. Roughly about 2.7 on the Bordeaux scale. Thanks, Victor. I appreciate that. Bump brightness down? I will. Someone wanted to see moons. Kind of like the hard thing. We either see moons, which is going to make Saturn obviously really bright, or we turn down the brightness and then we don't see moons, but then we see Saturn, obviously. Always kind of like a tough choice, right? Jupiter's not up yet. Can't get to Jupiter yet. AM, I got you. My bad, AM. Yeah, I got you. Central time. Makes nice. So Titan's gonna make a shadow on the moon one more time. It's gonna do a eclipse of the moon. Why is it out of focus? It's actually pretty well focused right now. Actually decent looking. For a live view of Saturn, this is actually really decent looking. It's a little bit too bright, but pretty nice. Wow. Titan shadow won't happen again for another 14 years. That's crazy cool, ain't it? Sounds good, Snow. Sounds good, buddy. Thanks for coming in and hanging out with us, man. I appreciate you. I keep saying David Wise. I don't recognize. Anyways, people shout outs. Family from Montreal. Yeah, appreciate you. What does Saturn look like, Uranus? What? Looks like it's blurry from water. Atmosphere. We call it atmosphere. A lot of moisture in the atmosphere, though. Yeah, the fancy picture you see. Like when you see Saturn, it's really nice. It's from stacking. A lot of stacking and processing. Kansas City. And pointing towards Neptune, we can. Here in just a second, we will. What's gravity? There's a measurement of mass. Put mass together is the thing to attract. The weakest force that we know. Yeah, stacking is a lot of fun. It really is. True, if you were in the rings, you can't see them because they are so sparse. It's not necessarily true. Obviously, they're really thin. But if you're in them, yeah, you see the rings still. Have you ever seen a UAP? I have not. What is stacking? Stacking is when you take all the frames from the video. Like right here, what you're watching is video, right? We're watching the live feed or the live video from the telescope. And you take all the frames, which is how videos are made up of. It's just a bunch of images put together so it looks animated to us, right? And that's what a video is. So you take all those frames, you put them on top of each other, and it gets rid of some of the noise and gives you more details. About that stuff on the moon? What? When the moon is on the horizon, it looks big. Is that extra magnification for your scope? Not really. It still looks about the same size when you look at it through even like a picture or something. There's two different things that happen. One, the atmosphere kind of bends the light a little bit for us. And the second thing is whenever you have something setting next to something else, so like trees, hills, stuff like that, it looks a little bit bigger. It's kind of like our eyes lying to us. Is that moon? No, it's Saturn. What's buoyancy and density? Buoyancy is the lift, and density is going to be, crap. Density is going to be how thick something is. Do you remember they took a rocket to the moon and it rang like a bell? Not a rocket at all. It was a lander. When it's cold around 32, does it look more clear? Yeah, the atmosphere really calms down. Wonder why multicellular life took so long. I don't know. Not a biologist. Is it possible to observe a comet or a meteor with a telescope? Yeah, you can do that. Wonder how rare our species really are. Hard to say. What's the biggest moon in our solar system is going to be Ganymede. Ganymede's over by Jupiter, largest moon. This Saturn has Titan, which is the second largest moon. You want to go to space? We are in space. We're literally in space right now. Big question, is the moon made of cheese? No. All planets are put in place and in line from a giant that still yet to make its return. What? What have you seen through your telescope that surprised you the most? Or made you smile the most? Oh. Honestly, Jupiter gets me every time. I think Jupiter wins. Between Jupiter and Venus, those two just always get me. Do you believe in extraterrestrials? I believe it's very possible. Can you see all planets in our solar system? We can. Neptune, please? Yeah, we will. Turn up some brightness, though. We can see when we get there. You also see some moons here as well. Alright, here we go. Neptune, 3, 2, 1, and we hold in the center here. Go the right way. Going the wrong way. That's a star right in the center. It's really dumb. And then here's Neptune. Beautiful blue. A little bit more brightness probably. Pull down a little more. Up a little bit more. There's Neptune. What country do you live in? The United States. Turn down a little bit of brightness. It's not that bright white. You guys can see what Neptune looks like out there. Pretty wild. Little blue dot doing its thing. Neptune's about 2.7 billion miles away, and it's quite a bit smaller than Saturn. Saturn's a very large planet. It's about 795 million miles away, so quite a bit different. Play that, Neptune! Yeah, blue dot. From the time we got the second wave. What was that? I must have missed something. Didn't Hubble see a planet with city lights? No. Is the moon up for you yet? It's starting to come up. Comet really going to be here by 2026? No. Cloudy here in Iowa. Can only see the moon. No way. You got clouds up there? I'm in Kansas City. Tonight so far it's pretty clear. As you can see, like on the bottom, that's the camera looking towards the telescope and then looking up. You can see really clear skies. Hi, sounds good, Ton. Have a good night, bud. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Pretty cool to get to see other planets out there, especially something like Neptune, though, being as far as it is. I think it's pretty wild. Alright, here we go. 3, 2, 1, back to Saturn. Whee! Off we go again. There's a star right there. Go the right way. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. And of course, Saturn. Look at the difference of how large Saturn is in our view compared to Neptune. Pretty crazy, ain't it? Scope. That's got a good weighting mirror. Gotcha. Looking at the moon now. Nice. Very awesome. So that Oumuamua was not true. It was a interstellar object. Do you believe in the flat earth? No, absolutely not. Do you need to use any filter if you try to observe the sun? Yes, at least a white light filter. Get some great views of the rings. Yeah, it's actually beautiful tonight. Saturn's really beautiful. It's gorgeous. Hey Josh, how you doing, bud? Yeah, the distance of Neptune is mind-blowing. It really is mind-blowing. Jupiter's not up yet. Jupiter is my favorite planet to view for sure. It's just not where I can see it currently. These are moons on the left side of Saturn, by the way. Titan being the brighter one, the furthest one to the left. Titan's the second largest moon. Has a massive atmosphere, a bit larger than the planet Mercury. How much does this telescope cost? Someone looked it up earlier and said I think it's like $6,000 right now. Yeah, sometimes you should use filters for the moon. Yeah, the moon can actually hurt your eyes a little bit. How many moons does Saturn have? 274. You have to know it's there to find it. Sometimes, sure. Really freaks me out when I look at the moon. They're not. There's no one up there. Do you think anything happens when a lot of planets align like an eclipse? No, not at all. In Saturn had a telescope at the Griffith Observatory. It looked just like that. That's super awesome. That's really cool. If I just zoom in on the moons of the Saturn, we'd have to put in like Barlows and stuff. Yeah, there's rovers on the moon, but no people on the moon currently. Well, take it back. There's one in the form of ashes. Did you zoom on the blood moon recently? We did not have it here, not in the United States. You believe that we are turning, spinning, and twisting at very fast speed? Yep. I can actually show you something too if you want to see something. I can turn off the tracking on the telescope. You ready for it? And here we go. Looks pretty dang fast to me, dude. Looks pretty fast to me. That'd be us rotating at that point. Now my telescope's going to actually track the object through the sky. Show some aliens. Look in the chat. Sometimes you see some. I could try to take out my telephone. I should got a phone holder on my last order. Oh, you definitely need a phone holder. Definitely get one. How long are you doing this for? I would love to see Orion through your scope in a few hours. It's going to be a little while before Orion comes up. Roughly about 3.5 hours. 2.5. Three. Probably about 3.5 hours before I can see Orion. Yeah, even the moon moves really fast. True. Jupiter was calling the guy from chat. It's sick of looking at Saturn. What? Is there a way to lower your brightness on your scope? Yep. But then people are going to say, can we see the moons? And I'll have to turn it back up. Yep. If you want to see like the bands and stuff, let me slow down the camera a little bit more too. There you go. You can start to see like the different features even on Saturn, but I think it's really, really low. Harder to see, obviously. It's like always trying to find that balance of decent view compared to not being too bright. How powerful is that telescope? It's 11-inch. I just want to say that what you do is really cool. I appreciate it, dude. Honestly, thank you. You don't think the light in the sky is moving. I mean, it does, but not as quick as what we're rotating, obviously. Orion hasn't been your favorite thing to take pictures of. I show my wife and she's like, yes, stars. That's awesome. And the Great Orion Nebula obviously is a stellar nursery. It's where new stars are forming. So this setup is like $12. Yeah, one to two, three, maybe $3 for everything. As Mars is visible from your location. Sorry you set for me. Can't get to it. Can you find 3i? It's not above the horizon. What lenses do I have? I have a ton of different lenses. I got ballpark of like probably 30 different lenses. Able to see the moon. And if I get to do just lower brightness, I do that too. Yep, 100%. Pluto's behind trees for me already. We're reviewing it from Kansas City, Missouri. 12K. Yeah, yeah, it's probably up there. It's pretty expensive. Space is really cool. Space is really cool. What city are you seeing this from? Kansas City. So when do you think 3i is going to come back around? Our Earth and our solar system? Probably never, to be honest. Probably never. Can you see Uranus? Uranus. You pronounce it Uranus, by the way. Not yet. Not up yet. What planet or star is this? Saturn. Zoom in. I can see people walking around. Be pretty tough, man. The big old gas planet. It's using a 3.5 thousand fabric measuring tape. Yep. Let me ask you this: why do we always see the same stars? If we are orbiting, we don't always see the same stars. It changes night over night, and it also changes year over year. For example, our North Star used to be Vega about 14,000 years ago. Sirius star, not up where we can see it. It's in the constellation Orion. There's people walking around over on Saturn. I'm the only one I can see them. Yep, apparently. Does Mars look bluish? There's oceans on there, I heard. There's no oceans on Mars. It looks red to us, though, from all the iron. Cool story. Okay. Can you digitally zoom in? I mean, we could. It just gets pixelated. Don't do anything better. You think the poles will shift on Earth? You mean like north and south? Yeah, that's supposed to happen. Artist and 3 lights priest in Romania. That's cool. Use him, then you'll see it vibrating with the Earth's vibration. Nope. That you wouldn't. We would see the vibration from my mount that's tracking Saturn. Is there such a thing as a moon visa? No. You need a visa to go to the moon, is that what you mean? What would it mean for us? Nothing. It won't do anything. Just your compass will be backwards. Are humans from Mars before Mars was destroyed? I doubt that. Hardly doubt that. What do you mean Earth's flat? It's not flat. Earth is definitely not flat. Is terraforming Mars good, or is it a waste of time and money? I think there's a couple of things here, obviously, that in order to explore Mars, to understand Mars a little better, it probably will take feet on the ground, so that's pretty wise. But, I mean, there's a lot of other things you can think of, like, for example, how long does Earth have left, right? We probably got somewhere around a billion years left here on Earth before it's just really just not livable anymore. I don't know. I mean, you can go down different paths of why you'd want to go to Mars. Yeah, flat earthers just, I don't know. They're pretty crazy. Where's the other stars? It's called not enough brightness to be able to see stars currently. What's up, Shark? How you doing? I tried to fix my microphone. It's like right in my face right now. Why were the Georgia Guidestones destroyed? Oh, dude, you're really into conspiracies, aren't you? Let me ask you, Helio. When you go outside and you look up, you see the sun, right? You live on this flat planet that you think the sun's doing a 360 above our head, right? But you can see the sun, and in our long days, we got about 16 hours of sun, but yet it goes a straight path from the east to the west. Like, how do you explain that? Not seeing that? I don't know. Let's just even go to like 12-hour days. You would at least see half of 360, so 180, and you don't even see that in the sky, dude. Like, quit drinking the Kool-Aid, quit eating red crayons, get with time, dude. 2025 already. Love this conspiracy timing. Ah, man, conspiracy gets a little too wild. Holas or monos. Hey, ¿qué pasó? Imagine a fast moving star the size of Jupiter hitting Earth in seconds cause it came. Yeah, that'd be all bad. Yeah, it definitely ain't flat. No, I was talking to Hilario or whatever. Why were they destroyed? Dude, I don't know. I don't live anywhere. Were they actually destroyed? I don't know anything about it, dude. I'm not going to sit here and have an argument with you. I mean, obviously, do your own stuff. Do your own observations. If you still think the Earth is flat in 2025, dude, then I don't know what to tell you, man. I honestly don't. What do people even think? I think they just want attention or something, or I honestly don't know. Honestly don't know. No, you are. You kept saying it right above. You're trying to get in a debate. I'm not here to debate. I'm here to enjoy the view of Saturn. Sometimes life forever beyond human reach. His thoughts of speaking across distance. Never done upon. Yeah, I get that. This is a real thing. Show me the telescope. Like literally on the very bottom, dude. You can see the telescope literally on the bottom. Is it possible that Mars could have some valuable minerals? It's possible. Yeah, absolutely. What telescope are you using? C11. Can you watch other planets? We've been doing Neptune and Saturn. We'll go back to Neptune here in just a bit. If the moon landing was experimented, why does no one bother to go? Because we don't need to. Actually, we're getting ready to go back to the moon, but we went 6 times. What's your setup to view Saturn this clear C11? What's your favorite conspiracy theory? I really don't get any conspiracy, to be honest. I really just don't. Why is it very bright not to like those photos from James Webb? Because those photos are taking lots of images, putting them together, and then they do a lot of processing on them. Is Atlas available from your setup? Atlas are a bunch of telescopes. But if you're talking about 3i, no, I can't see it right now. That's AI. Okay, cool story. Where in the sky is it right now? It's coming up more southeast for me right now. Can you view other planets, or does that depend on the time of the year? It depends on the night where the things are located, but right now we're really close to Neptune, so we can jump between Neptune and Saturn. So I'm curious if you had to pick one, what is it? Probably Ghost. If you can really see that much of a zoom, can you see the ISS? If we were zoomed out, we'd be able to see the ISS fly through. The moon is mostly not uninteresting. What? The moon is really interesting. I think it's really cool. Where am I? Kansas City, Missouri. Can you see it with the naked eye? Yes, Saturn can be viewed with the naked eye. What region of the USA? Missouri. And floating around the Earth, not on the Earth, where the atmosphere causes distortion. Yeah, exactly. I mean, something that's like a million miles away from us don't have all the distortion. Do you know asteroid 16 Psyche? Psyche. I'm trying to think of it. I'll have to look it up to get a little details on it. I know which one Psyche is. I just don't have like details in my head though. Hopefully I'm keeping up with everything here. You want a timeshare on Saturn? Nice. Really cool. Moon looks cool on good nights. It really does. That is true. The moon's hot. Oh my goodness. Quit it. A lot of these people don't even realize what it's like to look through a telescope and don't make sense. Why people are saying, yeah, I know. It's so funny. Can you imagine like different things? People have been looking through telescopes since the 1600s, and even before that, there were even other types of telescopes, but I don't know. Pretty crazy. Really crazy. At first, when I saw Saturn with my own eyes, I thought it was just a random star. Until I zoomed my telescope to see a small little ring. Yeah, it's really cool, ain't it? Really cool. We see the same stars? No, we don't. We see different stars now. We see a lot of different setup in our night sky. Like we can do the calculation. For example, like Saturn here, I can tell you exactly where Saturn's going to be tomorrow night. I can tell you where it's going to be next year on the same day. Like that's the cool thing about science is that taking the rotation and the shape of our planet and knowing where these stars are, we can calculate these things. Hence, my telescope can get to them with just a click of a button. Yeah, the people of the 1600 definitely be blown away with the setups we have nowadays. How many times per year can you have this amazing opportunity? Saturn we get for roughly about 8 months of the year. So, I mean, some of those periods you're only going to get like 30-minute window, like in the night or in the morning, but roughly 7 to 8 months of decent views of Saturn. It'll be the same spot next year. No, it won't be at the same spot next year. You take a photo right now, do it again in another year, and it'll be in a different position. Yeah, flat earthers, what is science? Flat earthers, what is food besides red crayons? I don't even get it, man. Typod generation is just crazy. Do you ever look at the moon while on cloud 9? No, not personally. There's been a lot of experiences about 3i Atlas. What is your perspective? What do you think it is? We know that the signatures appear to be a comet. We are definitely moving in space. Everything's on the moon in space. As far as we know, everything's on the moon and everything rotates in space. Yeah, flat earthers are all around the globe. So true. Hi, Dasha. Welcome in. How you doing? Yeah, I mean, honestly, do it, man. Hilarious. Like, you're sitting here arguing with an astronomer. I've been doing this since I was 8 years old, man. Now I'm 41 years old. I've been doing this for a long time, man. What telescope is that? Is C11 telescope. I've seen ISS with my mini telescope before. At first, I thought there was aliens invading. That's funny, dude. You ever zoomed into the asteroid belt? There's really not much there. There's some things you can actually capture that are relatively larger, but the asteroid belt's not like a full belt per se. Also, the way Saturn's being viewed, it's kind of creepy, I guess. What's your view of this potential alien ship? It's just a comet. Do you believe aliens exist? I think it's very plausible. I think it's very possible they're out there. Yeah, they use it's the funniest thing. Like flat earthers, just like honestly, there's people that deny science, which is pretty crazy because then they get on a smartphone, which is literally a rock. Like the thing that you're looking at, the thing you're holding, was literally built from a rock, through science, and then they want to argue the thing that they have in their hand. I don't know. It just blows my mind. It literally blows my mind. It's my favorite space movie. I would go with probably my favorite space movie of all time. Yeah, like Contact, I think is a really good movie. I really enjoy Contact, but beyond that, my favorite space movie. Ooh, I think I'm gonna go Contact. Spaceballs is pretty cool. That's true. Spaceballs is pretty cool. That experience guy is happening up there right now. Those cars are moving like every house. People walking around in your house and having on play. Yeah, I got you. Saturn is basically a little brother of Jupiter. Gotcha. Can we see anything else other than Saturn and Neptune? Right now, Saturn and Neptune stars. If we had a different camera in here, then we could do other stuff like, yeah, Arrival was actually good. That's true. Arrival was good. But we could do stuff like Galaxy and stuff. We just don't have the right setup on the right setup to be able to do Galaxies currently. Deep Impact was a good movie. I don't remember Deep Impact. Really don't remember it. Should humans go to Venus? We would not want to. All bad. Interstellar was not great. Like I fell asleep on Interstellar. I couldn't do it. I could not do it. I personally couldn't do Interstellar. Was a Hellfire Missile. Good movie on my summer. I'll check that out. Can we see Saturn? Yeah, I'll go to it right now. This live it is. Yeah, it's a live view. Is the Earth flat? No. If you can put anything in your mini rocket, what telescope will you put? Will you put the telescope? Will you put something? Will you put yourself in the rocket? Choose one thing you like. Ooh. Man, I don't even know. Like I'd prefer to be on land myself. So anything besides me. I have no desire to see Interstellar again after seeing it once. Yeah, it put me to sleep. I just didn't care for it. Yeah, weather balloons hit up all the time. Yep, they do. What's your favorite constellation? Ooh, I was told it has to be the Dolphin Delphius. But honestly, I really like Orion, to be honest. Like Orion's a really beautiful constellation. You think Interstellar's best? I mean, it didn't catch my attention though. It just didn't. Just didn't do it. Orion is really beautiful, for sure it is. I like Martian better. Yeah, Martian was good. I remember Martian. It was good. I just don't do a lot of TV anymore though. Orion always catches your eyes. Gotcha. Thought we were going to Neptune. My bad. We'll do it. See, Roman Interstellar is the best, says Sammy. Come on, Sammy. Sammy's always trying to get me with this stuff. Tries to get me to like movies that I don't like. I feel forced. All right, here we go. I'm going to turn up the brightness so at least you can see moons around Saturn, then we get the Neptune. At least you can see Neptune as well. Let me click Saturn again, and then we'll synchronize the telescope so we can land a little better. Sync, yes, Neptune. Right there, 3, 2, 1, and there we go. Uranus is your favorite? It's a pretty cool planet. I like Uranus as well. It's a beautiful planet. All right, let me look here. Got to get it up in the center of the view. Starting to come in. And there's blue Neptune. Maybe we can center it up a little better though. There. Amazon picked up. HM, RC, gotcha. Can you see any exoplanets? Not the exoplanets. We actually see effects from exoplanets, but not the exoplanet. Our flat earthers feel now. Yeah, they're pretty crazy. Is this the only telescope you have? No, I got 16 here in the observatory. Uranus is the best. I've been there. Nice. Okay. 10 miles, 68 feet at the bottom. Would it already be below the curve by 50 miles? Dude, it's pretty wild because that can change based off geographic. I'm going to give one better. Star Wars. Ooh, no. Not Star Wars. Come on, man. Maybe Neptune. Interstellar is better than the second time through. Once you know. Oh, okay. About the bookshelf scene at the very end. I got you. Do you think that time difference is different in space? Time is different even if you go in a tall tower. What was the name of the space movie with O.J. Simpson? I don't remember what O.J. Simpson, to be honest. Can you see any nebula? Yes, if we have the proper camera in. Not with this camera here. It's for planets. Can you almost can almost make out? No, you can't see the rings of Neptune here. Star Wars Next Generation are the best. Ooh, I'm going to go Star Trek. I'm more of a Star Trek than I am Star Wars. Is Neptune larger than Saturn? No, it's smaller. It's smaller than Saturn. You can see Saturn's moons, or did you skip? Yeah, we can see Saturn's moons. We'll go back to it here in a second. It's possible at some point you could see 3i Atlas. At the end of October, we'll be able to capture it. Of any planet. Dude, that's funny, Jake. Seems to have the most humans, too. And it has you. That makes it even better. All planets are one big happy family, I guess. Time does exist in space. Time is relevant to us. It's a fourth dimension. Also, something on my telescope, I was looking at the moon, and then suddenly asteroids collided, and then I thought to myself, am I seeing the reality, or am I just being crazy? But no, it was a bug. Dang, dude. That's tough. It has a name that ain't visible, but still undiscovered. Cool. Move it with HAL, the computer. I don't remember that one. Yeah, it's really cool to get to see planets with your eyes. I think it's really cool. What color is the star from Earth? What color is the star from Earth? I'm not too sure what you mean. Arrival was very interesting. I would agree with that. If aliens screw up my wedding, Joseph. Oh my goodness. I think you're good, bro. I think you'll be alright. Alright, let's go back to Saturn. You guys ready? And 3, 2, 1, whee! A little bit of a jot here. Saturn. You can see the moons around Saturn here. Hold up just enough. Saturn and some moons. What percentage chance do you give that 3i Atlas is aliens? 0. Like honestly, 0.000000009 somewhere. Like Mars is red. Venus is like blue. Yep. Venus and Neptune look a lot alike, by the way. What type of telescope are you using right now? I'm using a C11. It's a Schmidt cat screen telescope. The sun will. The sun's gonna it won't necessarily implode. It'll puff out its atmosphere. What will happen? It will go nova. Maybe the one time I see. All right. Sign up just to get me. What? Venus, Jupiter, Neptune. Which one would you live there for 5 minutes? Ooh, man, Jupiter. I'd go Jupiter for sure. What part of the world am I in? Missouri, near Kansas City. Have you ever seen God up there? I have not. The second object. Oops. Second. I'm not too sure what you mean. I think that you're a boring person. Arrival was boring as hell. What? Man, you're hurting my feelings now. I didn't say it wasn't boring. I was just saying it was interesting. Contact, I think, is definitely the one I enjoyed. Contact will probably be my favorite space movie. We don't know. Once it goes nova, of course, Earth won't be here. As far as Earth as we know, it won't be here once the star goes nova, our star, the sun. But will the clouds, I should say the atmosphere of the sun, overtake Earth? We don't really know. It's going to be really close, if not past. Why is the moon yellow? It's going to be stuff in your atmosphere, usually like wildfire smoke and such. I got you into planet gazing. They came up above the horizon for me. Contact, you going to check it out, dude? Yeah, definitely check out Contact. It was a good movie. I saw a video about sounds from space. Yeah, the planet says Saturn sounds like it's something. Dude, it's so crazy sounding, ain't it? It's using the basically using the energy, the light energy and whatnot, to be able to produce what it would sound like. That's really cool. Ammonia doesn't reflect, no. If you had the chance to teleport to Mars or the moon with 10 tons of equipment and supplies you want, which would you pick, Mars or the moon? Moon, definitely the moon. Where are the stars in the background? We just don't have enough brightness to pick up stars. We can get one, though. Let me see if I go the right way. I know there's a star over here. Yeah, right there. There's a star right there on the very bottom left side. It's just right now we're picking up objects that are roughly this bright. So if we took more exposure, more brightness, then we'd capture more stuff back there. What do you think about the gold record? We sit in space. You know about that, right? The gold record. Is that the one that had a bunch of names written on it, or no? Can't remember. I'm trying to think of which one it is. Is that the one that had a bunch of names on it, right? All planet stars have a certain frequency. I mean, yeah. When I go to go planet gazing, I haven't. Did you ever go through that? No, I don't. Good as Zenistar 73. That's awesome. That's super cool. Capricorn. I never got into space. What? Is that a yellowish moon for the South Titan? Yeah, that'd be Titan. Our sun is just so small when compared to some other. That is true. Our sun is a average size star. An average size star. There's some massive stars out there. It was on Voyager and had music. Oh, okay. I have to think of that one. I really can't remember the golden deal. I really don't remember that at all. I don't. I know the first broadcast was I Love Lucy. That's the first broadcast that we actually sent out into space. I feel bad for... If aliens pick up that, then I feel really bad. Hope you listen to I Love Lucy. Bro, please show me Saturn, please. Okay. Along with the Kirkmeister. Satellite? Where? You see one? Must be missing something. You'll have Lucy is a great show. What? I mean, I really feel bad for the aliens if that's the first thing they hear, right? It's like the first signal we ever sent out through radio airwave. This telescope right now is C11. Can you please show us Jupiter's? Not up yet, Carol. Not up to where we can get it. Is there any chance you can show me Mars? Not above the horizon. What's the record they put on the outside of the Voyager 1 and 2 probes? Oh man, I don't know anything about it. Like, I'm not big into space exploration of, especially in the past, obviously. Like, we learn a lot about it. But I'm young. Like, I wasn't around, obviously, when a lot of this stuff happened. Similar to a lot of people, like, it'd be really cool to live in the time of when, for example, like the Apollo missions were going on, right? I'm much younger than all that, though. Anonymous, what's up? How you doing? Can we guess, where will Voyager 1 be? Not real ends crippling. I got no clue, man. Don't have the answer for that. I've always thought that aliens were silly. One of the possibilities of that being true. Who knows? No one knows. Do you think that we'll make it past Saturn? What's that? Make what past Saturn? What's the moon look like when you're where you're at, though? I don't think it's where I can see it just yet. I don't think it's high enough. Let me see how high it is currently. I don't think we're high enough for me to be able to swing the telescope. Yeah, not quite. It's getting close, though, but it's still behind trees. And when you see the rings like that, it's pretty crazy, ain't it? Here's the all-sky camera if you want to see right above the observatory. I'll throw it back in again. Right here. You see the moon right there, right at the tree line. Getting close, though. We're just about above it. Yeah, Voyager 1 is 14 billion miles away from Earth. It's crazy. Voyager 1's way out there, for sure. Will we ever leave our galaxy? I highly doubt it. Highly doubt it. We're not really built for space travel. Is that the beautiful planet with the rings? It is. It's beautiful Saturn. There's a Tesla in space in pieces. How far away is Saturn? About 795 million miles away tonight. You ought to be able to see the flag on the moon. Now, like Saturn's massive. Like when we talk about the moon, it's 238,000 miles away on average. The flag is 3 foot by 5 foot. The moon's about a quarter of the size of the Earth. Even when we look at the moon, you're going to realize like we're looking at areas that are roughly 400, 500 miles in diameter. Mosquitoes bad over there. So I'm inside the control room, the observatory. Luckily, only every now and then do I get mosquitoes in here, but it's not too bad. Anyway, my little bro said if we can see the sun. Well, I mean, if it's daytime, we'd be able to. As a worker from NASA, I want to ask you something. Do you believe in aliens? I think it's very possible. I think it's very possible. I just jumped on here. Have you ever seen anything that looks like aliens? I have not. Will aliens ever interact with us? And if so, will they be from the Milky Way or somewhere else? I don't know. I don't have the answers for those. You're recording your TV screen? Okay, cool. I mean, you can see the telescope on the bottom, but okay. You know, on YouTube and UFO research. That's crazy. Not sure how I ended up here, but I'm intrigued. That's awesome, dude. Glad to have you here, by the way, Alex. Are the little dots the moons? It is. You can see 3 of the moons, 3 of the 274 moons. Keep saying that seems to be shining stars that shine blue, white, red. Have you ever seen anything like that? So there's variable stars like Fomalhaut, for example. Fomalhaut's a variable star, and it does. Like you see the spectrum, the light spectrum, be a lot more consistent, so they appear to kind of flicker with colors. You know about the dark forest theory? I do. Can you see the space station? Not above us right now. Not above where I'm located. Why does Saturn have 200 moons compared to us, where we only have 1? Well, technically, I mean, we got 7 quasi-moons, so right now we have 8 moons in total. Quasi-moons are like small captured asteroids that are temporary. But it is what it is, man. We just got 1, and Saturn has 274. Mars has 2, if that counts for anything, and then Neptune, Venus have 0. Is that the brighter one over there on the left is Titan? Yep, it's Titan. Yeah, another species would see us as aliens, and we were all, yeah. Up and out of the GPS satellite. Oh, no way. The reason why we had you. Dude, that's super cool. That's really cool. Preseason meteor shower last month. Yeah, dude, it was a horrible. And, like, honestly, I'm the same way. I felt like it wasn't that great of a meteor shower at all. Why is Saturn so bright? Its atmosphere. Very reflective. Where's Atlas? All over the our planet. There's a lot of Atlas satellites. Or, sorry, telescopes. I appreciate you. Thank you so much, buddy. Have you ever been over the Mississippi River? I have. If all the velocity of the rotor frames, and there's no absolute aside from the speed limit. How do we deal with frames during inflation? Oh man, you're getting into like orbital mechanics and lift and stuff like that. That you got to do a lot of calculation, man. I'm not the person for that. How much is the telescope? This one, the telescope itself is about 6,000. Yeah, you definitely want to talk to someone else about all that, man. You're getting way up there. It's a real round. It is. No one cares about what you think either. Evidence is much more important than feelings by far. There are more like this just haven't been discovered. It's very possible there's other planets that look very similar to what we have. Very possible. Have you ever went in Missouri? I'm in Missouri. The sizes of mathematics and astrophysics. Astrophysics, mathematics is obviously mathematics. Astrophysics being a different study. But I'm not too sure what you mean the sizes. Glad I came across you yesterday. Dude, I'm so glad you did too, man. Glad you came back as well. Back today. Definitely glad to have you back. What OTA are you using right now? That's C11. You feel like your feelings are the most important? Well, I mean, you seem like that. Kind of seem centered. I'm so grateful that I was unable to sleep tonight because I ran across your channel. Dude, Trish, I appreciate having you here. I really do. How fast is darkness? Darkness don't move. Light does. Back today. What's up, Melly? How you doing? Glad to have you back. It's raining in Wells again, of course. Of course it is. You know about the dark force theory? I know a little bit about dark force theory. Yep, I know a little bit about dark force theory. Still fell sleepy, not working. Oh, gotcha. 6 mil pesos, que paso? Okay, 6 mil pesos away. What is that, Saturn? Hanging out with Saturn and some of the moons. You want to go to Antarctica and bring a shovel? There's got to be some ancient stuff. There, you'll find things called ice cube up there that study neurons, different types of things that help us kind of map out the galaxy itself. You feel like Pluto is a planet? I mean, you can feel that way for sure. Saturn's your boyfriend's planet? That's crazy. What do you think about angels that flew? They had jet-powered jets or something. I don't know anything you're talking about there. If Elon wants to make life possible on Mars, we have to live underground. Make power plants. It'd be pretty crazy. You'll definitely be crazy. How do you know so much? I don't know. I just started like 2 days ago. I mean, what is dark force theory? Ooh, that's a whole different rabbit hole to go down. It's a really rabbit hole to go down. You have to look that one up. What's with the rock heading towards Earth? It's not really a rock. It's more of a comet. More of a comet body, mostly like ice. Keep doing math and scientific methods. Yeah, absolutely. 100%. I changed my mind. No longer want Pluto. What? Maybe there's dinosaur bones in Antarctica? I mean, it'd be a tough one. I think it'd be very tough to find any dinosaur bones in Antarctica. Have you went in Missouri? Because there's the best places there. I'm in Missouri. Like a rabbit's den. Oh my goodness. Hey, Hilario. How are you doing? Welcome back, bud. Elon is setting his stuff up for Mars. Yeah. Anybody else want to know what they're doing over there? Doing where? Do you got a favorite game or something? Tarkov. What's that next to Saturn? Moons. Some of the moons of Saturn. What location plays has the best clear sky view? Dude, like here in the United States, I'll go to the United States, but I think just west of Valentine, Nebraska, to be honest, is like one of my favorite places to go. Texas. What's up, Alexa from Texas? How you doing? Light we're seeing is about, yeah, it's pretty far out there. It's about 70 minutes old right now. How difficult is Tarkov? Dude, it's pretty tough. Tarkov's a pretty tough game. General topics to deep dive into. Maybe get into stuff like orbital mechanic. Orbital mechanic's a lot of fun. I think you'd have a lot of fun learning a little bit about orbital mechanics for sure. Why is Saturn glowing? It's the light from the sun reflecting off the atmosphere. Anything beyond Antarctica is outer space. No, just more Earth. Have you seen it? The comet alien spacecraft. It's not. It's a comet. Yeah, it's a comet. I haven't personally seen it through my equipment yet, but I've got to look at some really cool views of it. Best night sky ever saw was over New Mexico. Oh, I can see that too. Like New Mexico has beautiful skies. Even down in Texas, you can get some really nice views. I go down to Austin, well, south of Austin, quite frequently, and you gotta like that's a horrible area, obviously. But going down there, I do like to explore a little bit and try to find really nice dark sky areas. Yeah, it's really cold in Antarctica. It's crazy weather down there. Saturn's white. It's kind of like a creamish color. It's really bright right now. Let me dim it down for you. It's bright because we're looking at the moons around Saturn. Let me try to bring it down a little bit. Not be as crazy. There you go. Kind of like a creamish color per se. Oh, thanks, Corinne. I appreciate it. Cali in the desert. Which part though? Like Death Valley area? Death Valley area, or what are you thinking? I'm all about it. Death Valley has really beautiful skies. Are you streaming elsewhere? Can you tell us where elsewhere can we find you? Here, just here on YouTube now. What other planets have you caught? All of ours in the planet system. Or solar system, sorry. Why is Saturn so bright in the sky? It's just its atmosphere. It's mostly hydrogen. It's very reflective. It's my kind of channel. I appreciate that. Glad to have you in. Oh my bot.com. What? Wait, what? Alamo, Idaho? What's that? 15 minutes from Mexicali. Okay, I got you. That'd probably be pretty cool. I got a buddy that lives over near Patterson. Like he's like a brother to me. We are in the Goldilocks zone. We are. Have you ever looked into the Botanica? Let me say it right. I have not. This guy, man. Please tell me what that is. Saturn. We're looking at Saturn. I appreciate it, Blue. I appreciate that. We're looking at Saturn currently. If we can center it back up a little bit. Why don't they start making the moon breathable? A second Earth to live, because you'd have to get like an atmosphere going. You'd have to get the magnetic field going. You'd have to jumpstart the core. Just not something that we would be good at doing. Extreme luck to be live in the ceremony. It's true. I do agree. What type of telescope? This is C11. Tonight using C11. I appreciate it, Carol. Honestly, thank you so much. Colorado. What's up, CJ? How you doing? Can you see Nibiru? Nibiru is something that we have not actually found. It's just a theorized planet that would explain a little bit of the differences in the orbits of like Neptune, for example, but we haven't found an object. Definitely tacos, dude. Definitely tacos. Florida. I wish it was less cloudy tonight. I can't see them. No way. Nibiru would be Planet X, yeah. Nibiru. Yeah, no problem, Diego. Not a problem. I've had anything in high tech. Yeah, many of the nice spins. I'm probably looking up at the nice guy. That's super cool. I like that. You see any images of Saturn? Yes, absolutely. My favorites too. Every morning, but to see Saturn up close like this. Yeah, Venus is beautiful. Like, Venus is really beautiful on telescope. Conspiracy theory. You haven't given up on Uber. I mean, it's not that. Like, we do have mathematical equations that show that there could be something that we're not calculating properly when it comes to orbits. Especially if something like Neptune. That don't make it a conspiracy, because it's something that does exist. We can actually experiment with that. How much was the telescope? The telescope is about 6,000 itself. How close up can you see Mars? It depends on the night. Depends on the atmosphere. All right, Anonymous, have a good night, bud. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate you. Why is that element reflective? Because it just has reflective properties to it. You see the moon and its holes? Not holes, but we can see impact craters. No, I wouldn't work for NASA directly. I haven't gotten to see it on telescope. It's just so bright. And telescope I have. Oh, okay, I got you. Yeah, yeah. Saturn's super bright. Yep, super bright. That sounds silly, but I've used to have a telescope and I wasn't digital or anything like with the battery. I was able to see Saturn. Oh no, it's really cool. I love that. Even with binoculars. Binoculars do a really good job. See the moon without a telescope, yeah. Oh wait, you mean the moon by Saturn or our moon? So the one you have is a computer, not the telescope, the mount is. Alright, sounds good, Sammy. Thanks for hanging out tonight. Have an amazing night. I'll see you soon. Why don't they send robots AI to investigate on the moon? Why would you send AI though? We've been doing pretty well just robots without even AI when we do space exploration. It's just a really slow process. AI itself is still very new. We need to get drones and just fly them out there. There you go. Do you go live a lot? I've been trying to here on YouTube. Remember having some really good binoculars. I love watching the moon. I love it. That's super awesome. I love it. Is that a UFO? No. The Saturn. Can you get closer, Saturn? Or is this the best that we can get tonight? With the current setup, so to get closer, we got to put in like Barlow's, take off the focal reducer, put in Barlow's. It gets a little bit darker. Then we got to take photos. But like for the atmosphere that we have currently, this is probably the best we'll get. Have you ever seen any UFOs? I have not. Turn on the kitchen lights. Yeah. Not there yet. I appreciate it, Blue. Honestly, thank you so much. Is this a hobby or career? Me being live on YouTube is definitely a hobby. You see how high the moon is? We're getting pretty close to the moon being up. Or we can get it. You're welcome, Alexa. Is there any other planets that you can see? Neptune. We can check out Neptune. You want to see Neptune? Want to go check out Neptune? Yeah, moon's getting pretty close. It's still a little bit behind her. Let me put on the all-sky camera above the observatory. You can take a look. What we're seeing. You can see the trees right there. It's getting really close. Really close to being out. Getting really close. Yeah, we can do Neptune. Just a little blue dot. An object a little bit smaller than Saturn, but quite a bit further out there. Saturn itself is right about 795 million miles away, where Neptune's about 2.7 billion miles away. Pretty well. Let me turn up some brightness too, so we can see everything as we do this. Start to make out some of the moons anyways around Saturn. And here we go. 3, 2, 1, and we on our way. See if I can locate it properly. Yep, there she is. Try to center it up a little better. On the bottom left, you'll see a star down there. And then you can see Neptune here, that crazy blue little dot right there. Most distant planet in our solar system right here. Pull down a little bit of the brightness. You can see it's just really, really faint though. It's stunning. It's really beautiful. Back again. Mars is much brighter sometimes, yeah. It depends on the year. Every other year you get a really good view of Mars. Is it always angled that direction? Only my equipment. So like if I go out and turn the camera on it, then it's a little bit different. UFO object on his cell phone. He captured. Oh, no way. North Carolina. Change color. That's pretty crazy. Mars should be much brighter. Sometimes. Every other year. Yeah, it's really cool. Getting to see stuff like this is really cool, I think. It's not as captivating, I guess, as when we get to look at Saturn, though. Doesn't really like catch the attention. I think it's really cool to get to see, but there's not much to see here, obviously. There's a little blue dot. Yeah, that's Neptune. What if this is just a dark room and those lights just electronic LEDs? I mean, you see the telescope on the bottom, right? I can go out there and tap it for you. One planet height, yeah. So far away, yeah. Man-made stuff has only been there twice. Yep, twice. You bunnies? What about you bunnies? But there's an object. Pulse. Dude, do you ever smoke weed and look at space? No, I don't. Alright, let's get back to Saturn. If I can click it here. Go. 3, 2, 1, and we our way to Saturn again. Pull it in the center a little better. Now we got some moons also we can look at here. Where are you streaming from, sir? Kansas City, Missouri. Okay, cool story, Joseph. Ubunnies is one of the corporations. Actually, my significant other's accounts. That's pretty cool. Big says cigar. Okay, cool. You control your telescope from a computer. Thought it was manual. Oh no, that's all controlled by computerized. It's all computerized here in the observatory. Can you see solar flares from the sun? I don't have a HA hydrogen alpha scope for the sun. I can do white light with the sun, but that's it. Can we see Jupiter? Not up. It's not up just yet. Which moons of Saturn are we seeing? Right now, definitely Titan. Let me pull them up because I know I'll mess up. You should know that I would mess up because I can't remember for the life of me anything. But I did have them pulled. View, solar system, formation, Saturn. So we got Claudius, really close to the ring, so we don't see it right now. Dion's really close to the ring. Mimas is really close to the ring, so we don't see those. Which would basically leave us with Rhea out there, probably really close to where Titan is. Probably gonna be Rhea. I can zoom out enough here. Tethys. So it's gonna be Titan, then Rhea, and then Tethys. How much is your telescope? This one's about 6,000. How long can you see Saturn all year long? Roughly 7 to 8 months. You get a decent view of it. What kind of telescope are you using? C11. This is Saturn. This is a live view of Saturn. It is. What's our moon name? Moon, capital M. Titan is the second largest moon. Out of all the planets, moons, and stars, and galaxies you have seen, which one is your favorite? Probably Jupiter, just because of how beautiful it is. Hey, have a good night, Karen. Thanks for coming in. I appreciate you. Honestly, thanks. What's the most moons you've seen around Saturn at once? 6 or 7. I can't remember. I think 6, actually. That sounds right. There's 274 moons around Saturn, though. But I think I can see 6, if I remember right. You see another galaxy with your telescope again. Imagine imagine tripping on space while looking at it. I couldn't imagine that. Personally, cannot. Can you claim planet as mine if no one's interested? No, we can't ever buy or claim anything in space outside of Earth. Did you say 260? 274. 274 moons. Just insane. Fixing to stop scrolling through the lives, and I'm so glad I did it. Dude, I'm so glad that you were able to come in with us. Is this real? It is. Yeah, want me to go out and touch the telescope? You'll see it kind of just like move around a lot as I tap on it. Luna's the Spanish term for our moon. Yep. While you're staring into the abyss stares back. I mean, it's one way to look at it, I guess. What are your views on 3i? Comet. Can you see the dark side of the moon? I mean, we see the dark side of the moon. It comes with the phases, right? Yo, dude, thank you so much, man. I appreciate you, Anonymous. I just seen that. Yeah, I appreciate you, bud. Is Titan the brightest one we can see right now? Yes, it's the one on the far left. Dude, Anonymous. Again, thanks, dude. I appreciate that, bro. I don't even know how you figured that out so quickly. I didn't even know actually anybody could even find that, to be honest. But dude, I appreciate you. Do you believe in diamond planets and planets that are covered in water, possible life? I think both are very possible. Is 3i real? It is real. There's a lot of videos that are fake about it, but it is real. Could you zoom in more? This is pretty much the zoom we have set up for what we have. Europa is too far, right? Europa is a really amazing moon, but we can see Europa. It's just by Jupiter, though. Hopefully I got most of the questions up there. Anonymous, again, thank you, bro. I appreciate that, man. It is Saturn. Beautiful Saturn tonight. If anybody wants to see, I can go out there and tap the telescope if you want to see kind of how things work, see how real it is and stuff. The far side of the moon. Yeah, we got the far side of the moon. Dark side itself is just like, it don't exist. It's literally a song. We got a night phase and we have the day phase of the moon. Diamond covered planets are possible, but a diamond planet itself would be pretty tough because you need a lot of carbon. Yeah, you need carbon, you need heat, you need pressurize it. But a diamond covered planet is definitely possible. Is this Uranus? It is not. Low price for $1 billion, dude. That's pretty low. My goodness. Please do. I'm curious. Yeah. Let me see if I can even turn the camera a little bit. Let me walk out there for just a second. I don't know if I can put on my. Let me try to put on the other microphone on my head. I can kind of talk. Okay. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Let me go out here and do that. So, right here. You can hear me. Okay, could you guys hear me okay or no? All right. No, I didn't think so. This headset just doesn't work even when I get like 10 feet away. It's kind of crazy. Kind of crazy. Telescope, this one's about 6,000. Getting dizzy? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that's what happens when I tap telescope. Obviously, it's going to move quite a bit. What's it called, Saturn? It's a name of a god in the Roman times. Saturn, Jupiter, and it goes on. Try to move everything away again. There we go. I appreciate it, Anonymous. Honestly, thank you. I appreciate that. It's a little moon landing type footage. Is it? Pretty cool. Oh, the fly guy did. Why did the Romans call it Saturn? Though I don't know. I don't have the answer for that. I don't have the answer for that. I think I knew that would be a decent amount. Yeah, it's quite a bit. Cannot see the backside of the moon. No, we don't see the far side of the moon. Well, take that back. We see about 59% of the moon through a process called libration. So we get to see a little bit of the not so near side of the moon, but just a little bit. What are the three planets or moons on the left? Those are moons. It's going to be Tethys, Rhea, and Titan. What would happen if astronauts traveled to Mars and got depression or toothache? They're going to get depression and toothache. Horrible scenario. For the best image of the far side at NASA? No. Look up the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Look up Luna 3. Luna 3 is the first one to ever take photographs from the far side. China's had photographs from the far side. India, Japan, Russia all have photographs. But Russia was the first one back in the 1950s with Luna 3. What's a big deal about the moon? I got no clue. Honestly, don't know. The way that we move forward in life is using the evidence that we have, and some people just like to go backwards, I guess. Does Europa have a solid core? Yes, it does. We do believe that there has to be a core within Europa that's producing a little bit of heat. Is there anything secret about the backside of the moon in your opinion? No, not at all. Hey, Brad, dude, you got to get up in 4 hours, bro. No way, man. I'm glad you're hanging out tonight, man. I completely didn't even recognize you're still here. What planet spins the fastest? Oh man, which planet spins the fastest? I gotta think of this. Jupiter does. I try to put all the numbers in my mind. What do you think about a 3i or AI outlet? I don't know what AI outlet says, but 3i, I assume. Yeah, Jupiter spins faster. There's a planet that spins even faster than Jupiter that we know of. I'm trying to think of its name too. It takes about 7 hours to have 1 day. It's an exoplanet, but it's roughly about 7 hours makes up 1 day. Just like insanely mind-boggling. Sky Guide's a good app. I think it's a wonderful app. What's at the poles of Saturn? The poles, but at the North Pole we see a hexagon storm. First time I ever filmed Jupiter and could see its moons, I was stuck. Saturn's hard to film. A little bit harder. I think Saturn's a little bit harder. I think it's also harder to get like some of the details come out of Saturn. Love track satellites with it. That's awesome, Diego. Yeah, that's super awesome. Saturn the only planet currently visible from your longitude? No, we got Neptune as well. Saturn and Neptune. Yeah, 7 hours to make a day. Can you imagine? It's just like super wild to think of. Like, can you imagine your day only be 7 hours? 3.5 hours awake, 3.5 hours sleep. Man, that'd be crazy. Hey, what's up, Soul? How you doing, bud? Good evening. Have you always been into space since young? I mean, I was a firefighter EMT when I first got out of like high school. I became a firefighter EMT and then continued on from there. Show 3, I can't. It's below the horizon for me. Already below the horizon. Yeah, 23 hours and 57 minutes is way too short. Why would we want 7 hours? I know, right? Crazy. I mean, we'd adapt to it, obviously, but it'd be pretty wild. Yeah, the hexagon storm is real. What's up, Reinhardt? How you doing? It's still inbound. Still on the inbound side. Hi, thanks, Alexa. I appreciate it. Honestly, thank you so much. You need 8 hours sleep. Rather stay here. I'm lucky to get like 5 hours sleep sometimes. Have you ever seen alien activity? I have not. Can we take a look at Neptune as well? I heard you mention it. Yeah, we can go back to Neptune again. We can definitely do that. Let me get us centered back up on Saturn here a little better. Three, two, one. Wee. Away. See if we can get to pull up high enough again. Little blue dot up here. Hold in the center a little better. Let it stabilize a bit too. You just sleep for 2 days on that planet. Problem solved. It's probably true. Yeah, that's probably true. Pull back down. There we go. And Neptune. Remember correctly, with exposure to sunlight, the human circadian rhythm defaults 32 to 34 hours. Yeah, something like that. Really need to make the experience. That's funny. I mean, you can hear the telescope. I turn on the outside mic, and then we'd hear everything else going on out there too. All the crickets and whatnot. Neptune's an icy planet. Yep, one of our giant ice planets. Show the moon next, or is that another stream? Here quickly we will. We'll let it get above the trees just a bit longer. We may start a new stream for it though. We'll see. I don't even hear the music anymore. What happened to our music? Here's the outside microphone if you guys want to hear the ambient noise. What it sounds like here. Easy contrast or lower exposure. Indeed, you won't get much detail on it. It'll just get brighter, like whiten out too much. It won't do too much for you. Normally you want to turn down the gain, take longer exposure. But when you're doing a live viewing, this is it. What time is it for me? 1:46 a.m. Get back to Saturn. We're about to pass into the western part of the sky here. Hear the telescope take off there. It's going to be a star first. See if we can move it out of the way. Get Saturn to come back down. There we go. Yeah, they're definitely on the move. Always different. The kid I can only remember a white moon. Our moon's white. Can you look at the moon real quick? Here in a bit we will. For sure we will. You think Andromeda has a better... I don't know. Don't know anything about all that. We can drop down some of the brightness. Saturn just a bit better. You guys still see it okay? Hopefully you can see it okay. How long did it take them to be fully aligned and cycle again? Ooh. About every year we get a decent alignment. Yeah, They really are changing up quite a bit in its orbit. Yeah, I agree. I like seeing the moons personally. I think the moons are gorgeous. If I can do a little bit more focus here too. Try not to mess anything up. I don't know, Diego. Don't have the answer, man. It is hot and muggy here. Really beautiful. I think it looks really good tonight. I don't know where my microphone sometimes sounds like I get really far away from it. I move back like just a bit. Same in Chicago. Yeah, it's really hot. Oh, that's awesome, Tank. Definitely did it. You believe that is outer space, bro? Think about what? Down by the Gulf, and it's really humid down there. I could see that. Do you know much different the moon looks from the west coast east? Same. Looks the same. Yeah, atmospheric conditions can be a pain in the butt. They really can. Looks like CGI? Cool. That star is much closer than you think? You mean the planet? Saturn? Jupiter's not up yet. We can't get to it yet. Do you have any opinions about the mission on Mars involving the presidents? Which part? How far can we see? It's kind of a tough one. It's just how bright is the object? All the telescope does is picks up light. Oh, that's awesome, Tank. That'd be super cool. Definitely get one, man. This telescope is 11 inch. Oh, no, that's basically no problem. I mean, there's quite a bit. That's a long conversation, obviously. I think specifics make it easier. Hi, Maru. Good morning. How are you? What about Polaris? Polaris North Star. What about it? Yeah, 11 inch telescope. Saturn does lose its ring, but I think what you're speaking of is visually. It's edge on right now. Saturn does lose its ring through a process we called ring. Not really, Pierce. I mean, there's two thoughts there, right? Like, it's in the science community, we haven't found life yet. We found um, rocks on Mars that need to be examined, but we haven't found life. Was there a double moon the other night? What do you mean? Are you not scared someone can steal your equipment? I really don't worry about it too much. How many rings does Saturn have? Sorry about that. So there's well over 100 rings, but when we talk about the main bands, then we're at 7. Which does move. It literally does move. There could have been life on Mars. It's possible. Are the rings so perfect? Centrifugal force, and it's magnetic field, and then gravity. And then there's little moonlets in between them. That's what helps separate the rings, the bands of the rings. Polaris does move. It literally does move. Literally does move. Yeah. Yep. I could literally show you an image from the observatory here that shows Polaris moving. It takes years for them to settle that perfect. Yes. You go with yes on that. Yeah, definitely. Do the rings move around Saturn? They do. Each band actually rotates at different speeds. Man, just believe in rocks, dude. You should try believing in that rock you're holding that you call a smartphone. That's what science does. We take rocks and make really cool stuff like smartphones. I think the only science he believes in is red crayons that he eats. Anyways. The gas giants do have interesting moons. I do agree. I think actually Mars does too. Captured asteroids are pretty cool. How fast is Saturn and Jupiter spinning? 10.5 days on the one we're looking at now, so Saturn, obviously. And 9 hours and 50-ish minutes. We talk about Jupiter. It's the best chance of having evidence of life. Yeah. As Earth are different. That's a tough one. Either way, they're going to be interesting. I think it'd be interesting either way. What's the most fascinating thing that you've caught? Right here, right now. Enjoy this. Any Cadillac spaceship. That was comfortable. What planets can you see? Saturn and Neptune right now. The length of your telescope or the width? The width. The diameter. It's roughly about 3 foot long. Yeah, we'll do Neptune again here in a minute. We will. A little bit of wind blowing through. Yeah, it's always awesome to get to see Saturn up close like this. Hope you get to see Mars in the night sky from your longitude. So with Mars, it's about the same, 7 to 8 months. Alright, man, it's good. Have a good night, bud. Are Saturn's moons not always visible? They are. Just gotta have brightness, obviously. Turn up some, though. Get some to come through. Or is it not a little too clear? You need something stronger. No, it's a live view. When you see photos of Saturn, those are from different, whether it's like James Webb Space Telescope, or you're talking about some of the other pass-bys that we've done, or you're talking about Hubble, etc., right? So these are highly processed photos that are stacked. Too much light pollution? No, we're not supposed to have that. Which planet do you think looks the coolest? Ooh, Jupiter. Definitely Jupiter. Could they see Saturn's rings in the other days of optics advancements? Back in the 1600s. They thought it was like The whole several different things, like candles, and then they thought they were moons, and eventually found out it was rings. This is a really clear image. Well, right now we're really bright. But it's not so much about your optics as much as it's the atmosphere. The atmosphere really matters. You see stars? There's one really close. If I can pull it back up a little bit. There's one really close to Saturn right now. Right there. Jupiter is a gas giant. A detailed image of... Oh, I can get detailed images. You gotta stack it though. Again, you gotta have really good atmosphere. We can try it real quick if you want. You pull out a little bit of the brightness here. We'll try to live stack it. See how it does here. Sometimes you get the RGB flop on it though. If it comes in clear enough. We're about 100 images. 130. And of course, the more images you get, the cleaner it looks. And sometimes that happens. That's the atmosphere getting really wobbly. I turn off some of the brightness. Yeah. Stacking process. Usually you take a long video though, and then stack it afterwards. Dude, space is massive, Diego. Space is really massive. There's a lot of empty space. So things just don't tend to get near each other. That's funny. Funny blue. What was the 3 dots by Saturn? Moons. Of their 3 of its moons. 3 of the 274. I mean, there's a lot out there, but there's a lot more space than there are objects. Wish we could see Neptune up close. Yeah. Yeah, that'd be super cool. Yep, and always expanding. Wouldn't it be cool if Titan had ocean life on it? It would be. It'd be pretty cool. Yeah, 274. Right now we got 274 confirmed moons. Oh, that's so cool, Blue. That's really cool. Yeah, I agree. Absolutely, Jacob. My favorite moon would be Io. Behind ours would be Io. Io is definitely a beautiful moon. If you can get a footage of any planet, galaxy, what would it be? I mean, I do. I guess. That's kind of a tough question. I really like the Whirlpool Galaxy, though. The Whirlpool Galaxy is gorgeous. I do not see UFOs. Ah, so true, Jer. Would you say Mars looks bigger or smaller than Saturn does right now? Smaller. Much smaller. Different isotopics. The heart on Pluto is beautiful. That's true. How do you spell that? Which one? My bad. I missed something. Saturn. Right now, hanging out Saturn. Do I believe in UFOs? I mean, are you saying aliens or UFOs? Why is our moon so much bigger compared to the planet than other moons? A good question. There's not a real answer to that, because obviously our moon is the largest moon when you compare it to the body that it orbits. Yeah, it's the 5th largest moon in our solar system. I don't really have an answer for it, though. You think lapses? Oh, okay. Let me close a second. I really like Io. Io is just gorgeous. The UFO? I mean, a UFO is just an object that you can't identify. That's flying, obviously. Yeah, but there's other moons that form. Not so much here in our solar system, but there are other moons. It's probably going to have a lot to do with the impact from Theia. But it still goes back to the answer of why. Can't give you that answer. Am I into Astro? No, not at all. Oh, air conditioner's kicking on the observatory. Turn that off. Gets kind of loud. Let's turn our music back on. What happened to the music? Oh, I've been streaming for 3 hours. That makes sense too. That's what happened to it. Series lights are on. Party time. Hey, what's up, Chris? How you doing? Is Atlas USO? Atlas is a bunch of telescopes. They still has this screensaver that lets them use your PC to process radio telescope data. Dude, that's really cool. That's really awesome. Hey, what's up, Tachi? From Canada. Welcome in. Yeah, the term UFO is super misused. I agree. I agree. See Saturn's moons real fast. Let's do it. Whirlpool. W-H-I-R-L. Whirlpool. What kind of telescope are you using? C11. Do you think humans will ever put an outpost on Callisto? No. I doubt it. It'd be cool, though. Callisto orbits really far away from Jupiter. And they somehow recorded the sound. So we didn't crash stuff into the moon. I think what you're trying to reference the lunar reconnaissance, the lunar lunar manual, or my goodness, module, which was heard. But we also can observe it with moonquakes and asteroid impacts. What's that object that's coming towards Earth? Nothing's coming towards Earth that we know of. There's 3I. If you're speaking of 3I, that's a interstellar comet. The moon. We're going to do the moon here in just a minute. Neither one. Mars nor Venus is up where I can see them. A little bit of wind right now. Why did it ring like a bell? There's no water, or I take that back. Sorry, there's not a lot of water in its crust. So there's nothing that baffles down the noise. Have I heard of Nibiru, Planet X? I've heard of it. We haven't discovered it though. Here, let's swing to the moon real quick. We turn down some brightness though. We don't get like way overblind when we get there. We'll check out the moon for a second. Then I want to take a break, get a drink, get a little bit of energy, and I'll probably jump back on with the moon. Hopefully it's not behind the trees. I don't think it is. We should be good. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Wee! Good night, Saturn. Jupiter's not up yet. I love looking at Jupiter though. Really beautiful. Oh, thanks, Ken. Appreciate it, bud. Moon! Came in pretty quick. We get enough brightness here. The moon. Gorgeous moon. Looks really good tonight. See if I can let it settle down just a bit. Yo, thanks, Mo. Appreciate that. Hey, Box. Do you believe global warming is a real thing? I ask this in advance to another question I want to ask about terraforming talks. It is. We actually see it through data. The effect from it, that's a different conversation. But we do see global warming through data. It's on the dark side. It's a song. Far side, though. A lot more impact craters. Hey, thanks. Appreciate that. It's a beautiful moon. Way too beautiful. I have not. Honestly, have not. Return where? Which area? What power telescope do you need to see that? Probably zoomed in about 400. Roughly about 400x. Where we are visually. That's Copernicus. Right there's Copernicus crater. Let me see if I can get anything else that you may know. Here's the black cat on the moon. You know anything about the black cat? Be coming out towards Tycho. Tycho impact crater. It's like the belly button. Left. Left. Yeah, there's a ton of impact craters. Yeah, thank you, Ella. Did anyone think we'll ever go back to the moon? Someday. Yes. Artemis 3. And Jad 2 holiday. That's funny. There's the witch on the moon right there. What is this? The moon. Dark patches is solidified lava. Ancient lava beds. Here's some mountains on the moon. See the Alpine Mountains here as well. And the Alpine Valley. Right in the center. Plato crater on the top left side. Sea of Showers is a dark mass on the bottom left, and then on the top right side is going to be the Sea of Cold. What's the moon made of? We're going to go for rock, but roughly about 96% of what we find here. Why do some of the impact craters glow? They're younger impact craters where some of the debris gets unearthed, or sorry, unmooned. If we say it correctly. There's two different things. Like, let me settle it for a second. The telescope's moving a bit. And then we'll have the atmospheric turbulence going through as well. What is on the dark side of the moon? There's no dark side of the moon. There's a far side and a near side. There's no dark side of the moon. What's up, Solomon? Oh, okay. You're the one that asked that question. Gotcha. Yeah, there's no dark side of the moon. Far side and near side. Far side has a ton more impact craters. Ton more. This is the Sea of Serenity right here. Yo, what's up, CK? How you doing, bud? Oh, my bad, soul. Gotta find it. Everything sets carbon when it makes sense. If we went to terraform Mars, for example, to scrub it from here and release. I mean, ish. Which would also be hard. Will we ever get an atmosphere on Mars? Probably not. It'd be really hard to do. But that's what it'd be required in that scenario. See if we can focus a little bit better. Maybe? Does it look better or no? C11. 11-inch mid cast screen. No, not really. My bad. Let's stack it real quick. Let's see what kind of high def photo we can get. Maybe a little bright. Ain't too bad, actually. Not as bright as I thought it would be. Try to clean it out. Beautiful moon, though. This is what stacking does with like the lunar surface. And back to the raw view. Tranquility Base is in the dark phase right now. Look like NASA's fall color photographs. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense, Sorrow. Got an LS90. Very cool, man. Yeah, super cool. Zoom closer. Man, we're really zoomed in. I don't know how much closer you want to get. Land on it. Oh man, I got no clue what you're talking about. There's no base on the moon. Zoom out. That's the most I can zoom out. Gotta change out our equipment. How you do that? I really don't, man. Not in that. That's way above my pay grade. You want to see the dust? And dude, my telescope's not that amazing. No, it's tracking. Telescope tracks. I'm moving us around a little bit though. Zoom in on the dark side. The dark side's right there. The night phase. Missouri. Yeah. Right now the moon. Hanging out the moon. Inside those are craters. It'd have to be something massive. You're talking like besides those central peaks, it'd have to be massive. Those little things inside the impact crater, like the one in the center, that's a mountain. No, I'm up Kansas City. Hey, Aaron. Yeah, it'd be really cool. You can see it through like photos from Japan, China, India, Russia, Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter. Yeah, it's the atmosphere. We're really zoomed in. The more you zoom in, the more you intensify the atmosphere. Tycho would be over this way, right there. Oh, right here. That'd be Tycho. I didn't see air out here. Dude, I don't know. I don't know off the top of my head. Something to look up. Thanks, Chris. Appreciate that, man. The moon needs a Starbucks right next to a Dollar General. Yeah. It's a bit bright. Try to dim it down just a hair here. Nice. Gotcha. But you're wrong. How deep are these craters? This one here is about 2.5 miles deep. It's roughly 63 miles wide, 2.5 miles deep. The deepest one's about 7 miles. I appreciate it, Blue. C11 on an EQ6R Pro with a SV305. Impacts. This one's roughly an impactor of about 7 to 8 kilometers wide. That's your favorite, dude? Mine too. Yeah, mine too. Right next to the crater. Nice. This is the most I can zoom out with the current view. We'd have to trade out all the equipment. Yeah, they're massive. They really are. Here's the cat on the moon. Can anybody spot the cat on the moon? Look like they're hexagon shaped? I don't see any that look like hexagon. We'll have to go back. I didn't see it look like a hexagon. Tina and the Witch, nice. The moon is beautiful. The moon is really beautiful. Look right in the center of the dark mass. You'll see the cat's face. The ear coming up near the mid-right. Yep, Tycho. Tycho impact crater, named after Tycho Brahe. Yeah, very skinny neck coming off. No, I can't see the flag. Not with my equipment. If we could help this. Another processing that you usually we get another. I think there is some AI now for astrophotography. Oh, we're at somewhere in here. If I can focus again. Probably not. Looks pretty wild tonight. Your Samsung does this AI. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it's the atmosphere. Like it's underwater because of the atmosphere we have. Light coming through the atmosphere and getting bent. Alright, I'm holding it. Talking about the moon, right? I really don't have to use the rest. There's quite a few different scopes now for deep observations. Yeah, with automatic photo stacking. There is actually. There's quite a bit of them. When we talk about the moon, it is basically nothing but an impact. Everything's impacted. In the middle of the crater, central peaks. That little dot. And the one on the right, right? Let me show you. We'll get a little bit more light. It's called the central peak. It's a little mountain right in the center of the impact. Yeah, definitely use AI. They do. Perfectly round too, that no meter. Okay, dude. Seismic waves usually come perfectly round. Pretty close to perfectly round. Yep, central peak. I think the S20 did. Has a 100 times zoom, don't it? You can also see a central peak right here. Let me pull this one in. It's a little bit more clear. Oh no, gotcha. Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool, Mark. Copernicus crater. Turn down some brightness though. Too bright. There we go. Hey, morning. How's it going? How's your skies? When did I start being so fascinated with the moon? About 8 years old. With space itself. This area is really creepy. Looking, I don't know why. I always thought it kind of looked creepy. A lot going on here. I do not. Clear and sunny. Nice. Super awesome. Yoma, are you okay? As a big rock. That is true. That'd be awesome, Chris. I hope so, man. Yoma Opta Andromeda. I can't do it. I can't be me. That's too much. Funny though. I just can't do it. Oh, dude, that's awesome, man. The solar eclipse last year, April 8th. Yeah, these mountains. Actually, the highest mountain too. Right here in the center, Mount Huygen. Have you seen 2017? Yeah, I'd see it. That's St. Joseph, Missouri, if I remember right, for that one. Where would I build my moon colony? Any lava tube. The biggest crater is Atkin Basin near the South Pole. Crater to the top left, the one that's filled in right there. It's Plato. This one right here. Plato impact crater. The atmosphere is getting really wild right now. See how quick it can change up. You're welcome. It's like the blood moon. Not on YouTube, I don't. I need to bring a lot of my content over here, I guess. I'm bad with content. I'm good at live streaming, but I'm bad with content creation. Haven't you see a Starlink? Like the satellite train? Or just Starlink itself? We could take photos of Starlinks all day long. So many of them. Yeah, it's so beautiful tonight. Such a beautiful moon. So bright. There's water on the moon. Ice water, and we also find a little bit of water inside the crust. Not too bad. As far as astronomy goes, not bad. Astrophotographers, they get a little angry. No, that'd be great, so. Best protection you'll get up there. Alright, Jer, sounds good, buddy. Have a good night, man. I'm about there too. It's 3 hours and 40 minutes of streaming. It's been a long stream. I am thirsty. Maybe I'll take a break for a little bit. Get a drink, relax for a bit, and maybe get back on. Hopefully, the atmosphere calms down. Very turbulent right now. You can see it like right here. Look at the turbulence. Yeah, absolutely. Make sure you guys subscribe. Question will be though, should I put in a different camera so we can actually get the full view? Might be a good idea. Oh, no way, Cheesy. That's super awesome, man. It's a little windy here. We got some wind. Yo, thank you, Ella. I appreciate it. I'm a hitman. I appreciate it, bud. Yo, Michael, thank you. Appreciate you. But can we sometimes see central peaks? they're mountains inside of the impacts. Some get hit at the right velocity and the right angle, and they leave these central peaks. Some don't. I do live in a low light area. Dark sky. Oh, okay, GD. That makes sense, man. You can get a 12-volt power pack to operate it as well. The Celestron. I think so. Appreciate it, buddy. Rare sometimes? No. It's very common to see them. Really common to see central peaks. Like both of these have them. Some of the smaller ones definitely do too. It's just harder to see them. Obviously, their central peaks would be much shorter, much smaller. Thanks, Cheesy. Appreciate it, bud. Yeah, I appreciate that, Michael. Yeah, so true, Brute. Nothing, we're just hanging out, Kevin. Hanging out looking at the moon for a bit. Then I'm going to jump off, actually. Take a break. And I'll throw a different camera on so we can get a full view of the moon next time I get on. Probably like a half an hour to an hour. I appreciate you guys so much for hanging out, though. I think it's a great time for a break. If you're not able to come back, clear skies. Hope you have an amazing weekend. I should be on tomorrow night as well. I'll see you guys here shortly. Clear skies.